why nutrition company Healthy Cell created REM Sleep to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and sleep deep. Unlike other supplements that don't work, REM Sleep by Healthy Cell is not a pill. It's a gel you swallow with ultra-absorbent of science-backed ingredients supporting all 4 stages of sleep. Visit HealthyCell.com and use radio for 20% off your first order. Risk-free, love it or your money guaranteed. HealthyCell.com, code radio.
Right now, you may be running a little late, or feeling stressed, or overwhelmed, and you may be going a bit over the speed limit. So to help you relax, exhale. Ease up on the gas. You'll get there when you get there. Take a moment to just chill. This little break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Have you ever felt depressed about work, only to have your dad be like, "Why are you so down?" So you told him you hate your job, and he said, "Well, you better talk yourself out of it." And then you thought, I love to talk. I could host a podcast. And then you went to Spreaker from iHeart and started a podcast and got good at it, then monetized it, then quit your boring job, then told your dad, "Thanks for the advice." And he was like, "Well, that's not what I meant, and I don't understand what a podcast is, but you seem happy, so that's great, kiddo." You ever do that? Well, you could. At Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Ask your dad. You actually don't.
Todd is in love.
Sarah, I've never felt this way before.
But he's about to find out that sometimes when you chase after love,
I'm moving to Paris.
you've got to step on the gas. Because this isn't your classic holiday rom-com. It's a Nissan event ad.
Wait, what?
Featuring a powerful performance by Nissan Rogue.
Oh, come on.
Todd?
I'm coming with you.
Now get $500 holiday bonus cash on select models.
Get your heart racing at Nissan's Thrill of the Drive event.
Availability is limited. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com.
Don't let true love or these offers slip away.
$500 bonus cash available on 2022 Altima, Armada, Frontier, Murano, Pathfinder, and Rogue. Available on lease and purchase. Must take delivery from new dealer stock. See dealer for details. Subject to residency restrictions. Ends November 30th, 2022.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of fans download the popular Stuff They Don't Want You to Know podcast to get to the bottom of popular culture's biggest myths. And now, the Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book separates conspiracy fact from conspiracy theory, from biological testing to our endless fascination with the Kennedy assassination. This holiday season, give the gift that explains the unexplainable. The Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book. Available now. Order at StuffYouShouldReadBooks.com or wherever you buy your books.
Football is back. Come on out to Lefty's Wings and Grill this Sunday for our next Miller Lite watch party of the season as Miami takes on San Francisco. Great food and drink specials, including $2.75 Miller Lite drafts during all live pro games, real radio swag, and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. Lefty's, 1034 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, Port St. Lucie. See you there.
Did you know your home equity is one of the most affordable ways to borrow? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal, and it's true. The rate on a home equity line is less than a credit card, a personal loan, and even a car loan. And unlike a cash-out refi, with an equity line, you get to keep your current low mortgage rate. You only pay interest on what you actually need, plus at Third Federal, you don't pay any closing costs. So use your Third Federal home equity line of credit for whatever you want. Remodel your kitchen, pay for college, or even a family vacation. So go for it. Lock in today's guaranteed lowest rate and get as much as $200,000.
Right now at Third Federal, get the guaranteed lowest rate on an equity line of credit of prime minus 0.76%, currently 6.24% APR on balances of $50,000 and over. For balances under $50,000, the rate is prime minus 0.26%, currently 6.74% APR. Apply online or call 1-800-3RD-FED. See details for guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Restrictions apply. Rates subject to change. Borrowers responsible for all taxes, including tax stamps and intangible tax. Equal housing lender.
If you run a small business, you need the most from every investment. That's why Comcast Business gives you more. Like more innovation with our new gig speed Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data. More speed from the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. And more savings, up to 60% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. All from the company that powers more businesses than any other provider. When you need more, you need Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet and advanced security for just $40 per month for 12 months with no annual contract when you add mobile. Plus, ask how to get a $750 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 1/1/2023. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Compare pricing of top carriers. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Comcast Business Internet required. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second internet and security edge customers only. Equipment taxes and other fees extra and subject to change. Must add mobile within 90 days of internet install and keep services for 12 months for discount. Results vary. Not an endorsement.
We put all your music, radio stations, and podcasts in one easy-to-use app, and we made it completely free because, well, let's face it, you have other things to do with your money. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
US 441 southbound at Okeechobee Boulevard. We do have a crash remaining there, so watch your speed if that's part of the drive. 95 southbound. Seeing that volume again, all completely normal from Linton to Congress. That's a check of traffic. I'm Greg Tanner.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com. Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 92.1 is WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
What day is it?
What day it is?
Today is Giving Tuesday.
Give to charity.
Giving Tuesday is always appropriately timed because this is the time of year that people start to think about giving.
Give all my money to charity.
Giving in a big way.
Give all the money to charity.
What cause and what charity you believe in and want to support.
It's a day of celebrating generosity.
Giving Tuesday.
I will give to charity.
It would make a difference.
You can make a difference.
Showtime!
Well, color me happy. There's a sofa in here for two.
First time in an elevator.
Penthouse.
The Penthouse. Wow, great view. I bet you can see all the way to the ocean from out here.
Penthouse, top floor, got everything I need and a lot more. High ceilings, marble floor, and my penthouse.
Hey, Mr. Greek, can I get your autograph?
Hey, Greek, what's happening, pal?
I'm 6 deep behind a 4. You can't find me.
Oh my God, it's Greek!
You're listening to The Penthouse. Here's The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast.
Yes, you're in The Penthouse on a special Tuesday. We're going to talk about that. What can you do? What do you want to do? How can you feel special about this Tuesday when you should give and make people feel happy? We got a big giveaway at 11:45. Jimmy will tell you what that is because he rock and rolls. NFL game last night. Underdogs did make some money again. If you were betting, and next Monday night, we already have the winner for Monday Night Football. It's a guarantee. Good morning, Jimmy.
Good morning.
It's a guarantee next Monday night. All the tea in China, all the Gucci shoes in Boca. We got it for you. Good morning, Miss Francis.
Hi, good morning. Who played last night?
There's no game next week.
Is that why it's a guarantee?
Must be. I don't know.
No.
Is there a game on Monday night next week?
The Saints play Tampa Bay.
Okay.
But Andy Dalton is the quarterback for the Saints, and he's 0-14 on isolated games.
Got it.
So that's a trend.
And who played last night?
Last night, Pittsburgh played the Colts.
Okay.
And the Steelers were underdogs, and they ended up winning 24-17. If you had any interest in it. And thank you, DraftKings, for the line. So today is what day, Franny?
Today is Giving Tuesday, or as you like to call it, a special Tuesday.
Whatever.
It does. I know. Whatever. Who cares? No, it's.
No,
giving,
I care.
It is
clearly.
It is Giving Tuesday, and this day actually started back in 2012. Was the first time they did this. So it is 10 years old today, and instead of buying stuff for yourself, it's about being generous and donating, whether it's money or your time, just doing something nice. But yeah, they say more than 85 countries are actually involved in Giving Tuesday.
Wow, that's a lot.
America alone has given about $2.7 billion just last year alone.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Wow. I really didn't know about this till maybe the last couple of years. You know what I mean? They were really registered in my head. Jimmy, were you aware of it all the time? Or
No. This is an annual reminder of it. I don't think about it. I don't think what particular day is Giving Tuesday.
Yeah.
But I mean, it makes sense, right? You know, we just got done with Thanksgiving, and it's a holidays coming up, is the right time of year to do it.
Yeah. So I guess what's really cool, and I don't know if they're still doing it because I think they cap out at a certain amount. I believe it's $7 million. I know last year I'm not sure if it still is, but Facebook would actually match up because do you know how Facebook does fundraisers? You can do a fundraiser on Facebook.
Sure.
So they do, when people want to donate, it was facebook.com/fundraisers. And it kind of walks you through what you have to do. Like I said, I don't know if they still are doing. You can set up a fundraiser, but what Facebook was doing until they capped the $7 million, they were matching it.
Oh, okay.
Right? So the people who donated to you, Facebook would actually match it. And you can choose whatever charity you want to give to, start a fundraiser, get your friends to donate. And as I mentioned, it might be over already. We're already at 10 o'clock. Some people get up early and start these things, these fundraisers. But yeah, they usually match like the first few $1 million people donate.
Wow, that's
and they
pretty
say
cool.
that typically hit that number within minutes.
Real quick.
Yeah.
But
it's cool of them.
Can you start a charity for somebody who you think's in need of money? Like, say, going through a hard time or sick or something like that?
They have nonprofits you pick from. You can't specifically pick one person.
Because I couldn't do like the Jimmy Long Foundation or something like that.
It doesn't exist.
Not unless there was one.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Right? It's got to be a foundation.
Yes.
Right? Or something that's like that, an actual charity. What is that, 501(c)(3) or something like that?
Yes, I think you are right. All right, so it's Giving Tuesday. Give us a call, guys, 877-927-69. You could also text us, Real Radio 47142, or you can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. What does it mean to you for Giving Tuesday? And do you have any plans? And it could be, just you, maybe a friend, do something for somebody. It could be as simple as buying somebody a coffee. Anything that you could do to say, hey, you know what? This is what I'm doing for Giving Tuesday. And even if you just recognize the day, you don't have to do anything. Maybe just recognize the day. It was Thanksgiving a couple of days ago, and Franny's got some stories that she's got about people who put up things that ruined their Thanksgiving, which are probably usually pretty funny. We will have so much more coming at you in the Penthouse on a Giving Tuesday. Peace.
Real Radio is the news junkie.
A man is in trouble for making sexual contact with his dog. Edward Dare, 35-year-old man.
Should have picked truth.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
'Tis the season. When you're in the mood for holiday music, listen live with the iHeartRadio app and on your radio to Cool 105.5, the Palm Beach's Christmas station. Sponsored by FAMU's Merry. Educate, learn, talk.
Football is back. Come on out to Lefty's Wings and Grill this Sunday for our next Miller Lite watch party of the season as Miami takes on San Francisco. Great food and drink specials, including $2.75 Miller Lite drafts during all live pro games, real radio swag, and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. Lefty's, 1034 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, Port St. Lucie. See you there.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile is the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
Is it getting harder to find new customers? After all, it's one thing to run a business and another to grow it, especially these days. But what if you had access to everyone listening to me right now? Access to all the customers in your area. As the #1 audio company in America, iHeartMedia gives you access to all the customers you need to grow at a fraction of the cost of digital, video, and social advertising, with experts ready to craft your message fast. It started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
At Rack Electric, our slogan is, we've got the power. And we really do. Volume buying power allows us to stock hundreds of Generac whole house generators and pass the savings on to you. It's going to be a very active hurricane season, so get the power at rackelectric.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop. Exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now 7 convenient locations. Visit GlassChamberFL.com for more.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. It's literally all we've done for 15 years. Whether you need to feed a meeting or the whole company, we're here to make sure the food is professionally delivered, on time, as ordered, and all within your budget. No wonder we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. Food for work is what we do, and no one knows it better. Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. It's our thing.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Injured on the job? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anna Jar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Glenn Levine, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, one of my favorite spots, where great meals begin. If you love to eat well, Joseph's Classic Market has it all. Fresh produce, meats, seafood, deli, pizza, bakery, and prepared foods. And Joseph's offers catering for all special events. Boca Raton, Delray, and Palm Beach Gardens. Joseph's Classic Market is also hiring for all positions. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin, proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. I don't start a day without going to Joseph's Classic Market. Peace.
Real Radio 94.3. Catch us here.
Hey, it's Megan from Pillow Talk Podcast. You're invited to join me this Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. at the new Crumble Cookies in Delray Beach at 1911 South Federal Highway. Win prizes like Tortuga Music Festival tickets while you check out the new store, get some cookies, and register to win cookies for a year from Crumble Cookies.
Newt Gingrich here, and I'd like to invite you to listen to my podcast, Newt's World. Most people know me as the former Speaker of the House, but I'm also a historian with a wide range of interests. I enjoy talking with experts in their field and the most interesting people across a variety of subjects. I release 4 episodes of Newt's World every week. Free to Newt's World on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a given Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a good day and you're enjoying yourself and the great weather in South Florida. Good morning, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And good morning, Francis.
Hello, and good morning to you.
Now, Thanksgiving was last Thursday, but I know you have a couple things where people wrote into Reddit and gave some examples of where their Thanksgiving maybe wasn't so gobble-gobble-ish.
Yeah, and you can play along with us. So, yes, some of these responses were pretty brutal. If you're not familiar with Reddit, it's a forum where people kind of put out questions or whatever, and you can respond back to them. They just go back and forth with this. So, some of these are like, oh, break my heart, but I won't do those because I don't want to depress everybody today.
Oh, God.
But, yeah, they asked, Reddit did, what ruined your Thanksgiving this year? And it seems like a lot of people had a lot to share on this subject. And these are some of the incidents from people that it ruined their Thanksgiving. This one sounds like something kind of, G-Man, that you've been dealing with. This is a little brutal, and I'm going to get kind of the funny stuff. But a tooth infection, they said that spread. Went to the dentist yesterday to get antibiotics, and it ballooned across my face overnight. So here I am, sitting in the ER with 101 fever, and my face hurts like hell.
That's brutal.
Missing Thanksgiving. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yep. Somebody, this is terrible. So I guess this person got invited to a Thanksgiving dinner.
Okay.
And then when they asked for the address that day, which they probably should have asked a little bit earlier, when they asked for the address that day, they never got a response. And then they said 4 hours later, they finally got, oh, okay, sorry, we all ate and everyone left. Just stay home. Just stay home. Yeah.
That's brutal.
And they're like, and then I go on IG and I see all the family oh, this is how it gets even worse. They say I go on IG and see all the family pics. It says, thanks, Dad. So it was the dad that didn't give them the address of where they were at.
God.
Yep.
Sucks.
Yep. Big dinner, turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, cornbread, the whole 9 yards. Sounds fantastic, right?
Yeah.
But then I guess a colleague's daughter who was there said she had a stomach ache and didn't feel well, and a gut feeling is making me suspicious. Well, we sit down, she gets up and proceeds to vomit all over the place.
That's brutal.
Hopefully not on the big dinner, turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes.
That's dinner over.
Oh, my God, right?
Oh, man.
This is something we talked about, things you shouldn't do at Thanksgiving last week. It says a bunch of people who wouldn't get out of my damn kitchen. They said, but this person's like, because I'm a guy, all the women think I can't do anything.
Yeah.
Well, Meemaw, we still got 3 pounds of your dry ass potatoes, but but nothing I made had any leftovers. So
How do you dry out potatoes?
I don't know. I know how you make them soupy. Oh my goodness! On my way to my sister's, my son, who was 4, complained about a headache. We get to my sister's. He plops on the couch. He cries about his headache some more. I pick him up. And this is another kid, and he threw up all over me, the floor, and on the dinner table.
That poor kid had a migraine.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, little kids, huh? This one, I announced I'm pregnant, and the first thing my aunt said was, no wonder you look so fat.
That's brutal. Oh, man. Damn.
Leave it up to your aunt, right?
That's harsh.
I thought she was going to say, do you know who the father is?
No, that's your line.
Yeah.
And a good one at that.
Raffles.
This is why, listen, I'm a certified nutritionist, but I would never do this because I think Thanksgiving, you should be able to eat whatever the hell you want, enjoy yourself. You can always pick up where you left off the next day, right?
Mm-hmm.
They said a judgmental dietitian, I guess they invited, bulldozed the menu. They're like, listen, there's 364 other days in the year to be health conscious. Let me have my carbs and my sodium. I guess the whole time they were just like, why are you eating that? Why are you eating that? Why are you eating that?
That's fattening. That's going to kill you.
Yeah.
My sister, whose house it was at, had an edible before the food was even ready, and then retreated to her room due to being too high and started hinting for people to leave. So even before dinner, she got too baked on an edible.
Wow.
She got too stoned, went into her room. She probably was losing her mind. I was like, all right, get out of here, people.
She probably yelled through the door.
Yep.
Why do you leave?
Yep. So suddenly I'm starting to feel really grateful for my Thanksgiving.
That's so dope. That's so dope.
If you have anything you want to add on, you always can. That text line is 47142. Start off with Real Radio. I don't know if they're going to be as brutal as these. You can email Jimmy at realradio921.com. Of course, we love that talkback feature on the absolutely free iHeartRadio app.
Awesome job. Yeah, if you guys have anything to add, excuse me, please jump in. Yeah, those are some bad ones. Definitely that. Anytime somebody gets sick, that's terrible because it's got to ruin the whole day. You're just like, ugh, I don't want to be here. Especially if they get sick on the table. That's like, oh man, just try to make it to the restroom or open the door, the slider, and just let them out. And you're like, all right, go out there. 877-927.
You get sick, you get sick. I mean, that's hard to blame anybody on. I understand the point trying to get away from anything, but I mean, no wonder you're so fat after you reveal that you're pregnant. I mean, that's hard, man.
Yeah.
That is hard. That's your aunt. That's your aunt. Yeah, you look like you gained a couple of lbs. What all that about?
Or not responding where the address is to where you're going.
And then and then when you keep on reading it was Dad. They're like, thanks, Dad. And then they just say, just stay home and eat there. Well, if I had Thanksgiving dinner, I would have been eating here.
I wouldn't have been coming here.
Yeah.
I would have had my own, and I would have been able to do it. Yeah, that is.
Looks like it's Arby's.
There are a lot of places open on Thanksgiving. Thank God for that reason. For a lot of people who are by themselves and lonely, which is definitely got to think of anybody going through that. But yeah, those are some sad ones. If you have any ones that can compete with that, let us know. Those are pretty brutal. I got to be honest. I don't know if there's anything that you could top with them. I got earbuds 2 days ago for a gift from a friend, and I set them up. I didn't set them up. Somebody set them up for me last night on my phone. So I've been using them for about 10 hours. A little unusual to get used to. A little different. I got to remember to take them out of my ears when I hang up. That's what I got to remember. Like with the wire, I always did.
There's a lot of people who just keep them in their ear.
Yeah.
I see it all the time, just walking around everywhere, just keeping them, even if they're not talking to anybody.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have a pair myself, so I don't know if it would be something I'd be comfortable walking around with all the time.
Yeah, no, those are Apple?
Yeah.
You have an Apple phone?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I didn't know you had an iPhone.
Yeah, and I also got to realize, like, I'd always, that little case, I don't want to lose that.
Yeah, because that's where they charge on.
Yeah.
And that's where you have to plug in to charge. Not just that, you have to, because I've worn my husband's before. Just make sure you clean them when you take them out. But just like what you have on right now. You have earbuds on right now. You got AirPods,
yes.
Right?
You're correct.
Yeah, and just be careful because I've seen people at the gym, like, looking like for a pair of contact lenses because sometimes they just pop out of their ear and they're pricey and they're just like, I can't find them. I've seen them get stepped on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta.
Yeah, you gotta remember.
They're easy to lose because they're not on a wire.
That's right. I mean, but again,
that's like the benefit of them, yet the downfall to them, right? Because I had same thing. I lost one.
Yep.
I lost one, popped out of my ear, and I mean, for the life of me, I could not find it. And it ended up, I just found it now because we were moving stuff around for Christmas.
You're like, wow. There it is.
This was from 6 months ago. I
Really?
swear to God, yeah. And it was right there under the chair that we lifted 6 times looking for it, and it wasn't. We couldn't find it. Son of a gun!
Just messing with you.
We moved it over a little bit to put up the Christmas tree over the weekend, there it was. And I just threw out the other one.
Oh no!
3 days. I swear.
I get it. After 6 months, you've been like, I'm never gonna find it.
I was cleaning off my desk, and I was like, oh wait a minute, here's that other one. Well, you know what? I already bought it. A new set of earbuds. So let me just throw this one away. And 2 days later.
Yeah, I heard the brand new ones are awesome. Like that, just like they have it where like noise canceling almost. I heard the new ones are supposed to be really, really good in the sound with them.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is. But you got to remember you have them in your, like you said. Yeah, that's one thing I have to get used to. I don't know. I just like the wire a little bit better, but it's new. I mean, but again, it was a gift.
If you like the wire, wear the wire. I remember for a little bit that when the AirPods came out, maybe around for a year or two, you saw some celebrities bringing back the wired headphones. Because they were trying to make it cool again.
Right.
They were trying to bring back something that was somewhat retro, even though they're not that old.
No.
But yeah, I mean, if you're comfortable with those, then wear those.
Yeah, I figured I'd try it again. It was a very nice gesture by my friend Kevin, who's a super guy. Very nice for no reason. Just wanted to give them to me.
Well, you have both, right?
Yeah,
so I mean, you can use one when when it's convenient, right?
Yeah.
I like the ear. I don't have an iPhone, so it's not. I don't have the pods, but I have the earbuds. I like them, especially when I'm like mowing lawn or something like that.
Yeah.
If I've got the external, the noise canceling, the big muff headphones, and that to help with the noise and everything. And I really like them then because the wire hinders things.
Yeah,
but I've always liked the wire one too because again, you don't lose them, you don't have that trouble with them. But I can't with my phone because my phone doesn't have the jack for it anymore.
Yeah.
So I have to use wireless ones with that, Bluetooth. With that, like if I use it for phone calls or anything, if I listen to videos or privately The good thing I don't have a choice.
What videos are you listening to privately, Jimmy?
Porn. Mostly porn.
That's what I thought. That's what I figured.
But if you obviously have that on your iPhone where you can still plug it in.
Yeah.
Use both. Whichever one is suitable for you at the moment.
Yeah, I wanted to try it. Like I said, it was a very nice gesture by him. Super good guy, really nice. I didn't ask for it. He just said, "Hey, Greek, this is something I wanted to give you."
And you might really enjoy him. It just may take some time, right? To get used to it.
You got to get used to him, like everything else. We're gonna come back with this day in history and a trifecta and a lot more in the Penthouse on a given Tuesday. Peace.
The visual aid you need for all the freaky stuff we talk about on the radio. Find it at realradio921.com.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. After a cool start to the day, expect plenty of sunshine this afternoon with high temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s. And an east breeze at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy for tonight, still mild with comfortable temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s by Wednesday morning.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson. And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Strike Cigar Lounge.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing during the decline in the U.S. economy, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or put it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-375-1211. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and can't afford to pay them back, or you even have years of unfiled returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-375-1211 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, pension, savings, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 1-800-375-1211 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-375-1211.
Have you ever felt depressed about work, only to have your dad be like, "Why are you so down?" So you told him you hate your job, and he said, "Well, you better talk yourself out of it." And then you thought, I love to talk. I could host a podcast. And then you went to Spreaker from iHeart and started a podcast and got good at it, then monetized it, then quit your boring job, then told your dad, "Thanks for the advice." And he was like, "Well, that's not what I meant, and I don't understand what a podcast is, but you seem happy, so that's great, kiddo." You ever do that? Well, you could. At Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Ask your dad. You actually don't.
Year, make, model, miles, average, rough, or clean. That's really all I need to know at GiveMeTheVIN.com. Put in your license plate number, update your miles, tell me if it's a good one or a bad one, and I'll put a number on it electronically and come back with a human being and firm it up. We'll give you a check on Bank of America. The money is good as gold. We'll pay off your payoff or pay you straight. GiveMeTheVIN.com. They don't call us America's best car buyer for nothing.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Well, President Trump has announced. And now, Ron DeSantis is rising fast in the polls. Newsmax is conducting an urgent poll. Do you want Donald Trump or Ron DeSantis as your candidate in 2024? It's a big question. Newsmax wants to know your opinion. Vote in the Newsmax poll on Trump versus DeSantis. Just text the word BIRD to 39747. That's BIRD to 39747. It takes just seconds. Let your voice be heard. And tune into Newsmax for news you can trust. They're even beating CNN in key ratings. So make the switch to Newsmax and vote in Newsmax's poll on Trump versus DeSantis. Text BIRD to 39747. That's BIRD to 39747. Make the switch to Newsmax today.
Why do you buckle up when you get in your truck? Maybe you do it to get home safely to your loved ones, or because you take your job as a professional driver seriously, or because you want to follow the law to stay safe. Remember, it doesn't matter how long you've been driving, or even if it's a quick trip. Wear your seatbelt to stay safe on the road. Learn more at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. That's www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. And remember to buckle up when you get behind the wheel. Paid for by FMCSA.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile is the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orfanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
Hi, I'm Dana Schwartz, host of the hit podcast Noble Blood. Join me on my new podcast, Stealing Superman, for a deep dive into the shocking true crime saga of the theft of a priceless comic book from the home of Nicolas Cage.
Someone targeted this very specific, very talented actor and stole something that is very specific to his interest.
Listen to Stealing Superman on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Good morning. It's a pretty easy drive right now through Palm Beach County. I-95 is up to speed both directions between Delray and West Palm. We are seeing some turnpike delays northbound heading into Palm Beach County from Broward between the Sawgrass and Glades. US 1 continues to be trouble-free. That's traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Tuesday, a given Tuesday, by the way. Don't forget that. Try to do something nice. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
And good morning, Miss Francis.
Hello and good morning.
And it's time for a This Day in History and a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
Well, the last game of Week 11 in the NFL was last evening. There was Monday Night Football. You might not even realize there was a game on. That's what a lot of people said. There was a game on last night? Yeah, the Steelers played and won. They were getting a couple points. Thank you, DraftKings. 24-17. So Pittsburgh Steelers won, and they also have one of the best winning percentages on Monday Night Football. The coach, Des Tomlin, of the Steelers. He has a pretty good record. I think he's 15-4 on Monday nights, which is pretty impressive. World Cup continues today for USA. 2 o'clock today, I believe they take on Iran. So if you want to check that out, maybe you can play hooky for a while from work, or maybe you go to your favorite watering hole or restaurant, hang out at the bar. I'm sure it'll be on everywhere. But 2 o'clock today, USA takes on Iran. And the college football rankings come out Tuesday night at 7 p.m. A little bit of a change, though, this week for the first time. It will be Georgia 1, Michigan 2, TCU 3, and USC 4. This Saturday are all the conference championships. That's when you're going to see a big shake-up the following week, and we'll see if a couple teams sneak in. Maybe Ohio State, maybe Alabama. That's what people are talking about. Maybe TCU loses. They're playing Kansas State. TCU and USC are 3 and 4. That's what I project. And they have the toughest games on Saturday going into their conference championship. USC plays Utah -3. TCU plays Kansas State, -3. But they already beat them. It's hard to beat a team twice in the same season. We'll see what happens. But there's no doubt the Bulldogs, bark, bark, are number one, no doubt. And now it's time for this day in history.
On this day in history.
Well, this is sort of a continuation of one from the other day. Now, Greek, you were out, but you'll like this. In 145 years ago today, in 1877, inventor Thomas Edison demonstrates his hand-cranked phonograph for the first time. Like I said, Greek, we covered this the other day, and many people believe that Mary Had a Little Lamb was the first thing recorded. Actually, it wasn't, and I luckily have the audio.
Male skimpy bathing suit.
Speedo.
Slang term. Damn maggot.
That's actually the very first recording ever on a phonograph.
Wow.
Incredible.
That's amazing.
And we're still listening to it to this day.
Absolutely, that's right.
insane.
I was expecting something totally different.
Had to clean it up a little bit. But
you did. You did a
got
great
the
job.
audio, so
You
it's
did, you
pretty.
did nice.
You can sort of make out what was
Clean.
said.
It was clear.
Yeah. The Mary Had a Little Lamb. I know we have a drop about that.
That's it. Well, that's a different drop. 132 years ago today, in 1890, the first Army-Navy football game was played at West Point. Navy defeated Army by a score of 24-0. Of course, Greek had Army plus 23.5.
Right there.
90. Damn hooker. 93 years ago today, in 1929, American explorer Richard Byrd and 3 companions made their first flight over the South Pole, flying from their base on the Ross Ice Shelf in the pole and back in 18 hours and 41 minutes. 88 years ago today, 1934, Chicago Bears beat Detroit 19-16 in the first NFL game broadcast nationally. Of course, Greek had Detroit plus 2.5.
Are you sure about all these?
70 years ago today, 1952, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus by Jimmy Boyd entered the top 40. 63 years ago today, this would be in 1959, the Grammys aired on TV for the first time. Bobby Darin won Best New Artist and Record of the Year for Mac the Knife. 59 years ago today, in 1963, President Lyndon B. Johnson appointed the Warren Commission to investigate the assassination of John F. Kennedy. By the way, on the same day, he also signed Executive Order 11129, which renamed NASA facilities into the John F. Kennedy Space Center. 41 years ago today, 1981, Natalie Wood drowned in a boating accident off Santa Catalina Island in California. The ripe young age of 43. 23 years ago today, 1999, incredible Match Game host Gene Rayburn passed away at the age of 81. Now, if you connect with your inner Charles Nelson Riley, his corpse was so stiff. How stiff was it? His corpse was so stiff, it was harder than a blank. Remember the show?
Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
Yeah, well,
Match Game, and then everybody would, the contestants,
How
the 6
stiff
panelists
was it? Yeah,
would,
they have to guess, and they would have to match with the contestant, or the contestant, had an answer, and whatever celebrity matched that contestant would get a point. They still have the game now. Alec Baldwin hosts it.
Oh, does he really?
It's on for a handful of years.
I knew they had redone it. I didn't realize it was still on.
Yeah,
though. Yeah. It's a pretty cool game. 19 years ago today, in 2003, Bridget Fonda married Boingo Boingo singer, super composer Danny Elfman. Elfman's scores include Batman, Spider-Man, Hulk, Men in Black, Alice in Wonderland, and The Simpsons.
That's a lot.
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
11 years ago today, in 2011, Conrad Murray, the physician convicted of involuntary manslaughter in the 2009 death of singer Michael Jackson, is sentenced in a Los Angeles County courtroom for 4 years. And finally, 5 years ago today, in 2017, NBC fired Matt Lauer over a smorgasbord of sexual harassment allegations. And that's what happened on this wonderful day, November 29th in our history.
Thank you, Jimmy. Matt Lauer.
Couple bad beats there for you, here, Greek. Sorry about that, bud.
I know.
I get over it.
Crazy.
Damn
I can't believe you've been betting for that long. But yeah, no. So the Matt Lauer thing is crazy. So he's just recently, or something came out about him. Remember we were talking, Katie Couric just came out with a book not that long ago.
He was upset about it.
And I guess he is very upset about it, about what she
There's a surprise.
said. Yeah.
Because
because she's talking about how I guess he always thought that she would always have his back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else turned on him except for her. And now in this new book, now she's basically, saying, not basically, she is saying that she believes the victims and that she never knew him like she thought she did.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's basically like a stranger. So they have said that it's kind of put him in a deeper, darker depression because of that.
Yeah, he said he was hurt by it. And, what does he expect her to say, first of all? She's being honest, how she feels. You could work with somebody, be a colleague in many ways, but there's their other side of their own personal life. I don't think that she can go out. And I think also defending him is a very hard thing to do.
Well, they said that, and I haven't read the book, but I guess she also shared some of their private text messages.
Yeah.
And slammed him. I love how they say she semi-slammed him. So she didn't completely slam him.
Semi.
Yes.
The text messages, I think, are wrong because I think when something's private between two people, it should stay there. But you see it more and more. We talk about it.
Now, this is her book.
This is hers.
This is her. It's not somebody interviewing her, that's asking a question where she's just answering a question. No. This is her putting it out there.
Yeah.
This is her book that she released. Yep. And again, like we said, in anybody's book, they can put whatever they want or choose not to. You know what I mean? They can not adjust. But I'm sure when she's selling a book, that's a very big thing for her to sell her book.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? It's juicy, it's news, it's him. It was a big story throughout the country. How did you feel?
They made a damn television series based on it. If you haven't watched it, it's so good.
Yeah, Netflix, right?
No, it's on Apple TV.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. But yeah, I think that, he's going to... I don't know if he ever gets on TV again. He may. He
might. I mean, that was sort of the height of the Me Too movement, too. That was really part of it. And now, I mean, I don't want to take anything away from it, but that seems to have gone away a little bit. Mm-hmm. We don't hear as much about it. Another dude canceled because of this or that or the other. Mm-hmm. So, and again, not to downplay sexual harassment, don't get me wrong, but you don't hear as much about it. So maybe he comes back.
I don't think he will.
I don't know.
I don't know if I would want to.
Yeah.
I mean,
but there's ones that you want, like Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
I just read an article this morning that he's making another movie.
I know.
He won a $40 million lawsuit too.
Yeah.
I mean, it blows my mind how some of these people can come back.
Yeah. Well, it's again personality. Yeah. Either you have it, and some people feel like, hey, I'm going to go hide.
And he's not coming back. At least in Kevin Spacey's, he's not coming back here in the U.S. It's a movie in Britain that he's doing, and it's just a voiceover too.
Yeah. I mean, well, speaking of Will Smith, he just had one of his first interviews with. I know he talked to Trevor Noah.
Yes.
About how he hurt people and that he was basically, he said he understands that people don't want to watch his new movie because of the slap that was heard around the world. So
he got emotional.
Yeah. He said he was going through something that night and he said doesn't justify his behavior at all. He basically said he had some pent up anger inside of him too. And he just let it out on Chris Rock's face, I guess.
The thing with him is, and I think a lot of people have said this, and we don't know, but you hear different things. What comes out there. Has he apologized to Chris Rock? As to the last time, Chris Rock, when I read, said no. So I mean, like you could do interviews and you could talk to those people
on a personal level. We don't know. He's put things out on social media apologizing.
Yeah. And Chris Rock's the last time I saw an interview with him a while, maybe a month ago, he said I haven't heard from him. So if that's true, that's bad. That's who you have to apologize to me. Not the public, yes, but Chris Rock is the guy you owe an apology to. Pick up the phone and call him or jump on one of your private jets and go see him and show him, hey man, I made a mistake. I'm wrong. And when you make a mistake, you should say you're sorry. I don't know.
Maybe he has. No, to give him credit. I don't want to. It's possible. It's plausible that he has, and we just don't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, according to what I've read, like he said that he respects his space. If he's not ready, I absolutely respect that. So maybe he's tried to reach out, and Chris Rock or his team are like, no, not ready yet.
Yeah,
doesn't want to talk to you.
Yeah, and if he's done that, then that's a different situation.
But we will probably never know, right? I mean, it's between the two of them, unless Chris Rock and they both come out at the same time saying that it's happened. So I do have a couple texts in the text line at 47142. Some is because you just got your very first pair of AirPods, and somebody started off with Real Radio is how I receive those. It says, I love my AirPods, but in the last 2 years, I flushed down the toilet 2 times, smashed 3 pairs while wearing a walking boot, and lose them 2 times faster than my car keys. I was like, sounds like you shouldn't buy anymore. But they say I have a 4 to 6 week goal on each replacement pair. So that's as long, that's a lifespan of theirs. Wow. How much have you been spending?
That's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
I mean, those things are what, about $99 a piece?
I think they're more than that.
Are they?
I think so.
I think Apple like $150. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I never bought it.
Every 6 weeks, this dude's losing.
Oh my goodness, I
He's
do.
losing Apple.
Unless they're just getting the the basics. Maybe not. Excuse me. Maybe not the AirPods, earbuds, or earpods.
Oh, regular earbuds. Yeah, you can get that for $25.
Yeah, but they're saying the pods. It says earpods. And then we have what ruined my Thanksgiving, because we were talking, there was that Reddit thread. Greek never showed up for dinner at my place, so I had to stuff my own turkey. I said I wanted Greek to do it because he has soft hands. Not to mention all the leftover cans of whipped cream that are going to go to waste because Greek wasn't there for dessert.
Sorry.
Worst Thanksgiving ever, and that's who it's from right there.
Nutmeg? Was it Nutmeg?
It's from Nutmeg.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, Nutmeg.
I don't know if it's from Nutmeg.
You didn't make the cut.
I did not make the cut. And then I did want to bring this up because you mentioned during your This Day in History, Michael Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Conrad Murray getting convicted.
Yeah, so it looks like Elvis tops the Beatles and MJ in this pretty incredible new achievement. And there's other legends on here: John Lennon, George Harrison, and obviously these all these celebrities, musicians have passed. But it looks like that they are still bringing in the dollars. Forbes just posted their list of the highest paid dead celebrities of 2022, and Elvis, which it's shocking that it took this long. First ever cinematic biopic released this year. Isn't that crazy? It took this long to have first ever one. But that made $110 million.
Wow.
And they're saying incredibly at least 80 million of this came from what they say tour tickets, shows, merchandise, according to the state tour. So have they, that's weird to me. Have they been doing, what am I trying to think of? Like where they do hologram, yeah.
Not that I know of with Elvis.
Yeah.
I mean, the only ones I remember were Whitney Houston.
Okay.
And Tupac.
Because it's weird that it says it like that. Incredibly, at least 80 million of this came from tour tickets, shows, and merchandise, according to the estate sources. So highest paid. Then MJ, who died in 2009, took in 75 million this year.
It's a ton.
Yep. They said that not only have they been profiting from back catalog, but also from the Cirque du Soleil show in Vegas that's still doing well. And I guess there is a musical, MJ the Musical, on Broadway.
Oh, wow.
Yep. I was not aware of it. John Lennon made $16 million this year. They said a lot of it was from royalties. Harrison, $12 million this year. George Harrison did. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Even beyond the grave, how much money David Bowie. He passed away. Wow, in 2016. But they said that it was like $250 million this year. They said the huge sum was the sale of Ziggy Stardust, of David Bowie's publishing catalog.
Yes.
Yep. So,
well, I mean, again, when these people step away, pass away, they have their family or lawyers or people who have the opportunity to sell things. And like you said, David Bowie passes away, and then he sells, whoever is in charge of it, his family.
Yeah. With a one-time, especially that, you know, when you got a one-time big sale like your catalog like that. Kobe, $400 million.
Yeah. Right?
That's a ton.
James Brown, $100 million.
That's a lot.
His estate is still bringing in.
Yeah,
and I don't know. Was that again? I'm not 100% sure if that was from a catalog sale or something.
Yeah, I don't know either. But they said the biggest one, and this is the person who wrote Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, which are massive, right? J.R.R. Tolkien. He just annihilated everybody with the amount of money that he brought in. I think it was like $500 million or something.
Yeah, $500 million.
My God. Mind-blowing numbers for anybody who's not around anymore. Because you say, like, wow, how are they still making money? But they do. I mean, a lot of these artists, people still downloading their stuff, buying T-shirts.
Buying books, buying all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Buying stuff like that. And then, like, somebody like Elvis comes out with a new movie, and then you get a whole new generation.
Yeah. Well, especially musicians, right? Because that music can be used and used and used, and then you have to buy it. You don't just get it. So, I mean, I get things like that. Charles Schultz was on that list, too. And, again, a character, the Peanuts characters that just keep being used in different ways, so whether it's, television commercials or some sort of advertisement or amusement parks.
Yeah.
I mean,
and now probably making more because now a lot of is it Disney Plus or is it Apple? I can't remember. Have bought the rights to the certain specials with the Peanuts, the Thanksgiving, I believe the Christmas.
I believe it was Apple.
Yeah.
I think you're 100% accurate on that. And then they let it because I think we read something the other day that they were going to let people watch it for free this year. On one given day.
Yeah, it was just like a certain time. Yeah. I think it was an hour and a day. And then other than that, you had to go to a streaming service.
And a lot of record companies, too. I remember my dad telling me stories about it, like with the Beatles and different groups. They only had like 20-year royalties because they were, it was years ago.
I guess, right?
It was different. You signed, and after 20 years, they didn't get anything. The record company got it all. So you would see the record company like really put a push out there.
Well, it's all dependent on your deal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that was the whole thing with that. My dad was just telling me he just watched that movie. I haven't even seen it yet, the one with Elvis.
Yeah.
The Tom Hanks playing Parker. And, and again, it was the same type of thing. I mean, he didn't know what he was signing.
Nope.
And, once you sign it, though, I mean, you got
screwed.
Yeah.
He was the worst Colonel Parker. I mean, he took 50%. Of every single thing Elvis made for his whole life. 50%. And then when Elvis wanted to get out, he told me, you owe me $10 million. And he couldn't do it. I mean, it was just one of the worst deals ever. And it shows you how much he made. But again, like we talk about, like my stepdaughter was talking about Elvis last week or whatever. And she was just like, oh, I watched a movie, this and that. And you think like Elvis, kids. But the movie comes out, they consume it, they watch it, and they become fans. And then they go, purchase things and stuff like that. But no, it's crazy.
Well, they get exposed to something that otherwise they never would have.
Nope.
Very rarely. I mean, let's say you listen to an oldie music station or something, and maybe they hear it there, or you see something on TV, or you read an article about something like that. You know, a movie like that comes out, especially with big name actors in it. And they get some exposure to it.
Sure. Then they watch it, and then they become fans.
Yeah.
And then it continues on. And again, all marketing behind all those machines. I mean, because again, it's always a new audience. They're trying to get new demographics, new money. And it is amazing people like pass away and they're still making the kind of money that they're making, which is crazy. But it doesn't stop to register for a lot of people. 877-927-6969. You guys can get involved with the show. You can text us at Real Radio 47142. You can email Jimmy at realradio921.com, or call us. Franny, I know you got some stories about Florida coming at us. What do we got?
I do. If you want to get a head start, go to realradio921.com, click on the Penthouse blog. There was a crazy situation that happened in Melbourne, Florida, just an hour and a half away from us. If you have not seen this footage, it is insane. We'll get into the details with that. Plus, we have a couple who has broken a few world records and a story about a don't. I'll tell you all about it when we get back on Real Radio 92.1.
Hey, it's Rover from Rover's Morning Glory. Wake up with me each morning. Just tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1.
Hello.
On iHeartRadio.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. After a cool start to the day, expect plenty of sunshine this afternoon with high temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s, and an east breeze at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy for tonight, still mild with comfortable temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s by Wednesday morning.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson. And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
If you run a small business, you need the most from every investment. That's why Comcast Business gives you more. Like more innovation with our new gig speed Wi-Fi, plus unlimited data. More speed from the largest, fastest, reliable network for small businesses. And more savings, up to 60% a year with Comcast Business Mobile. All from the company that powers more businesses than any other provider. When you need more, you need Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with internet and advanced security for just $40 per month for 12 months with no annual contract when you add mobile. Plus, ask how to get a $750 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Ends 1/1/2023. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary. Compare pricing of top carriers. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Comcast Business Internet required. New Comcast Business 100 megabits per second internet and Security Edge customers only. Equipment taxes and other fees extra and subject to change. Must add mobile within 90 days of internet install and keep services for 12 months for discount. Results vary. Not an endorsement.
If you are ready to begin your journey to optimal health, wellness, and beauty, well, then you have to go see my friends over at Begin Anew Med Spa. Hey, this is Franny, and I initially started my journey at Begin Anew because I wasn't getting quality sleep and I was lacking energy throughout the day. Well, after extensive lab work, Sam, their wellness guru, found out my deficiencies and got me on supplements and peptides, and they really have turned my life around. Not only did Begin Anew get me feeling incredible on the inside, but they also got me feeling more confident on the outside. I've had Botox, the game-changing Morpheus 8 treatment, and I just started my laser hair removal sessions. In fact, this week I am going for round 2 of laser hair removal. They truly have everything all under one roof for the latest in wellness and aesthetic anti-aging solutions. So for this holiday season, take care of yourself by letting their highly skilled medical professionals take care of you. Check them out today at beginanewmed.com. That's beginanewmed.com.
The Hess truck's back and it's better than ever. Racing hot rods this year. The Hess truck's here.
A flatbed truck with lights, sounds, and 2 racing hot rods. Get it now at HessToyTruck.com with free shipping and batteries.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure, it's just not fun. Always walking around with a headache.
Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of West Palm Beach breathe-free sinus and allergy centers called balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, congestion? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with West Palm Beach breathe-free sinus and allergy centers. Call 561-459-3228. 561-459-3228. That's 561-459-3228.
The station you love? It's on the free iHeartRadio app. The artists you love? They're on the free iHeartRadio app too. The podcasts everyone's talking about? You guessed it, they're all here. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Attention! Did you or a loved one live at or near Marine Base Camp Lejeune in North Carolina between 1953 and 1987? If so, listen closely for this important legal announcement. From 1953 to 1987, Marines and their family members at Camp Lejeune drank water that was contaminated with hazardous toxins. The toxins found in the water at Camp Lejeune may cause health issues, especially later in life. Types of health issues associated with water at Camp Lejeune are numerous. If you or a loved one lived near Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation without going to court. Even if you were turned down in the past, a new law can allow you to file a claim today. If you or a loved one spent time near Camp Lejeune, call the Negligence Network to find out if you're eligible for financial compensation. There's no fee unless we win your case. Call 1-800-600-5536. That's 1-800-600-5536. 1-800-600-5536.
Attention business owners. Imagine getting up to $26,000 per employee sent to you directly by the U.S. government. All businesses during COVID could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee through a CARES Act program. The fact is, all types of businesses, profit or nonprofit, are eligible. There is absolutely no cost to check your eligibility today. ERTC.com is the nation's leading company specializing in employee retention tax credits. Here is a real testimonial from an ERTC client.
We've got some good news. You're going to get $488,000 as a tax refund, which is not a loan, and you can use that in whatever way you'd like to.
Visit ERTC.com today, and in less than 5 minutes, our proprietary rebate calculator will show you how much money you could receive. Act now before the program closes or funds run out. Visit ERTC.com today. That's ERTC.com.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Good morning. We have a crash on the Turnpike northbound before Glades. It's now on the left shoulder, but we have heavy delays starting at the Sawgrass. Traffic cameras showing no major delays on I-95 in both directions through Palm Beach Gardens, West Palm, and Boca. US 1 remains trouble-free. That's a look at traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson, and this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yeah, back in the Penthouse on a given Tuesday. Remember, do something nice for somebody today. It doesn't take a lot. It could be buy a coffee. It could be hold a door. It could be buy them a can of whipped cream. Whatever, do something nice. Good midday, Jimmy.
Hello, and good morning.
And good morning, Francis.
Hello, good morning.
And it's always funny when we're in the bullpen, somebody might say something, and Jimmy walks by and has a comment, and might say something. And
I didn't have one. That was the whole point of it.
Was your comment no comment?
after we called somebody else Sweetums. And they said they looked at him for inspiration. And what was it? It was inspiration, right?
Greek, you were my inspiration.
Yeah.
And I said, okay. And then Jimmy just said, I'm not going to say it.
And my eyes looked like saucers.
Greek's your inspiration? Wow, you better bail. It is time right now to get some stories about Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
What the Florida?
Well, it looks like a pair of married speed eaters just broke Guinness World Records. The record-keeping organization announced that Mickey Sudo ate an entire burrito. I don't want to see how big this thing is. In a little over 31 seconds.
Okay.
Now, this thing's got to be massive to break a world record, right? Because she's got little burritos, big burritos, which I guess was she broke the previous record by 0.88 seconds. In the same day, she then broke another record for the most hot dogs eaten in 1 minute, downing 6 to double the previous record. So she ate 6 hot dogs in 1 minute.
Right.
That sounds impressive.
That's a lot.
Bun and all? Yeah, that does sound impressive. Well, her husband, his name is Nicholas, he ate 12 hot dogs in 3 minutes.
Topper.
Beating the previous record of 9, right? Well, she did 6 in 1. So if she would have kept at that pace, she would have beat him. Then she would have eaten 18 if she could have kept at that pace because his was a 3-minute thing.
Oh, okay.
So there was different world records, right? She would have beat him.
That's still impressive on both ends.
If she could have kept that pace.
Yeah, she could have kept the pace, absolutely. But I guess there were certain, maybe that was she was trying to break the record for the most eaten in 1 minute.
1 minute.
Yeah, so she broke the record for a burrito eaten in 31 seconds, 47. He did the 12 hot dogs in 3 minutes. The pair, they're known as the Hungry Couple, met 4 years ago while preparing for competitive eating. And they said that they actually met at the gym on the morning of one of the largest eating contests on their circuit.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to eat, like maybe they met at Publix.
No, they met at the gym before, because some people, they work out before they get into these competitions. Like, I just had to be polite, and I went over and introduced myself, because they heard of each other. And this is according to Mickey Sudo, the girl. She said the couple have since married, have a child together.
Nice.
But they continue to face one another in competitions. They're ranked 3rd and 4th in the world at any given contest. I have heard of her. Mickey Sudo sounds very familiar, right? Mm-hmm. His name, not so much, Nicholas Weary. But yeah, they're from Florida. So a Florida couple. is eating their way to the top.
I think we usually hear about her during Nathan's hot dog eating contest. Of course, the female
Mickey.
side of it.
Yeah, Mickey Sudo. So I'll post this because I actually have a video of her taken down. It is a big burrito. And then this was crazy. If you have not seen it, I saw it last night. And I was like, oh my goodness. I posted videos. So a phantom fireworks off of West New Haven Ave in Melbourne, Florida, erupted into flames yesterday afternoon.
That's never good.
Oh my God. Well, FHP said around 4:20, an SUV struck a Toyota Tacoma, which sent both vehicles through the intersection and into the phantom fireworks parking lot. Well, according to the fire rescue, the driver of the SUV, because it was an SUV and a truck, right? So the driver of the SUV lost control, kept going through the parking lot and into the fireworks store. Troopers said that, obviously, fireworks store, tons of firework inside, set off and flames overtook the SUV. So unfortunately, the SUV driver was pronounced dead at the scene. Officials were yet to identify him. The other driver was unhurt, stayed at the scene while everything happened, and there was 2 employees that were able to make it out of the building before anything happened to them. But if you have not seen it, it is insane, the explosion that happened in there. So very, very sad situation. But yeah, there's a lot of people I saw, even on social media who were just, because it was by 95. So people stopped the flames and people are all over social media posting pictures of this. Yeah, very crazy situation. And
a lot of video captured of that.
Yeah. And then we have, do you guys remember the guy, the thick neck mugshot dude? Do you remember him? He went viral because he had like one of the biggest necks ever.
I vaguely remember.
He's a Pensacola man. His name is Charles McDowell, and he's back in the news. Him and his big neck are back and having a mugshot.
Another one.
Well, he gained more than 1 million followers on social media for his arrest in 2018 because of his mugshot. He got in a rap video, and it was like, he was like, all right. So he was even poking fun of his own big neck, and there he was in a rap video about it. But yeah, the guy is back getting into trouble. I guess he's got some stalking charges, and they said he also sent threatening text messages. So a warrant was put out for McDowell's arrest back in August, and he was arrested during the weekend. But yeah, he put out he put out a rap song under the name Wide Neck. So if you want to check that out,
Wide Neck
makes sense.
Wide Neck
using that fame
is his. This guy's got a huge neck. And then when I said this is a dildo, a man got busted for striking his girlfriend with, you want to guess?
A dildo?
Yeah, there you go. Nice job.
Thank you.
Christopher Pasito and the 33-year-old victim were inside a room at the Sun Island Motel. Sounds classy in St. Petersburg. Around 4:40 in the morning.
What's wrong with a Sun Island Hotel? That doesn't sound bad.
Well, I think when you just put a motel.
Motel.
Yeah. Motel. 4:40 in the morning when an argument started happening. They said Pasito was packing his suitcase to leave the room when he began throwing things at the victim. And he's taking things out of the luggage, just throwing. So during the process...
That's crazy.
The woman told Pasito, they said, hit her with a sex toy on her... Wait, that's not what she yelled. During the process, the woman told police, Pasito hit her with a sex toy on her torso. He hit her so hard, in the belly area, it left a bruise. That's a heavy dildo to leave a mark like that.
Some of them are pretty heavy.
Yeah.
So I've heard.
Pasito did admit to throwing the items, but he doesn't recall what exactly he threw at her, and she was just like, "This is it right here," jiggling in her hand.
That's mine, by the way.
Thank you for the visual, Franny.
Yeah, no problem.
He was like, "That's mine or yours?"
But the guy is a big dude, so he probably had some force behind it. He's 6'2", 300 pounds, big guy.
Ooh,
and the cops did say he was under the influence of alcohol and was arrested for domestic battery.
I don't want to get hit by a feather from that dude.
Right?
More or less.
Yeah.
That.
And that is your with the Florida.
Always interesting stories and very unique. You never know where they're going. You just don't. It is the Penthouse. It is a Given Tuesday. We're going to come back. Jimmy's got a story about a guy who had a shot, and it is unbelievable the feeling he must have had. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
A man is in trouble for making sexual contact with his dog. Edward Dare, 35-year-old man.
Should have picked truth.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. After a cool start to the day, expect plenty of sunshine this afternoon with high temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s. And an east breeze at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy for tonight, still mild with comfortable temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s by Wednesday morning.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson. And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
What the Florida is brought to you by Knox & Dunn, strong and true Florida rum. Flavor straight from the barrel, nothing added. Try it today.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Is it getting harder to find new customers? After all, it's one thing to run a business and another to grow it, especially these days. But what if you had access to everyone listening to me right now? Access to all the customers in your area. As the #1 audio company in America, iHeartMedia gives you access to all the customers you need to grow at a fraction of the cost of digital, video, and social advertising, with experts ready to craft your message fast. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Ernest S. Orphanis, DDS, the man who can give you that $1 million smile.
So the used car gold rush is coming to a close, and some of my competitors are already choking and trying to go broke. They grew too fast, and they were on fake money. Watch out for bad checks. It's coming. GiveMeTheVin.com, solid as a rock, money's good, did $2 billion in sales in 12 months. Why? Because we do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it, and we make it easy for you at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, it's Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Good morning. We have a crash on the Turnpike northbound before Glades. It's now on the left shoulder, but we have heavy delays starting at the Sawgrass. Traffic cameras showing no major delays on I-95 in both directions through Palm Beach Gardens, West Palm, and Boca. US 1 remains trouble-free. That's a look at traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by
Mattress Firm. Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale is here to help you get the sleep you need this season. Get a king bed for a queen price and save up to $700 on select mattresses from top brands. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying purchase. Shop in stores or at mattressfirm.com.
Newt Gingrich here, and I'd like to invite you to listen to my podcast, Newt's World. Most people know me as the former Speaker of the House, but I'm also a historian with a wide range of interests. I enjoy talking with experts in their field and the most interesting people across a variety of
Talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. You're listening to the Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in the Penthouse on a Tuesday. Thank you for listening to Real Radio 921. Best talk in the world. Always bringing it to you every day. Thank you so much. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good morning.
Nice. Good morning, Miss Francis.
Hello, good morning.
So, Jimmy, you got a story about a guy who hit a nice shot.
Yeah, want a pick-me-up story? Here's a good one for you. This guy got, talk about a Giving Tuesday, this guy got himself 10 grand. So this dude, Jermel Scott Sr., apparently he hasn't picked up a basketball since 2015, and it didn't matter. He was at a Milwaukee Bucks game with his son, and it wasn't even set up for him to do this. His son was being recognized at the game. What do they call him? Well, his son actually has sickle cell anemia, and he was the star of the year. He's being celebrated for that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're there for that, but they also have one of those half-court shot games going on. So the dude makes a layup, he makes a three-pointer, and then they give him, the basketball at half court to shoot up for $10,000 for the half-court shot, and boom, swoosh.
That's amazing.
Hits himself a $10,000 shot.
That's amazing.
So
hitting a three-pointer is amazing.
Yeah, and the dude was really humble about it, too, because he's like, I wasn't even here for this. It was just pure luck. I was happy to see my son up on the Jumbotron.
Yeah.
Obviously want to celebrate that when, you're anytime that you have a sick child.
Sure.
I mean, that obviously means more than anything else.
Yeah.
And he said he's going to use the money for Christmas gifts.
That's nice.
That's great.
It was just perfect time of year for it, right? But that's pretty cool, huh? Just kind of dumb luck was able to get that, and they asked him if he wanted to do it. He was even a reluctant, at first. He's like, I haven't picked up a basketball
in a long time.
to
make all those shots.
Yeah.
I mean, there were people who had missed a layup.
A three-pointer.
That's far.
I mean, three-pointer. I mean, a layup, all right. So people can make layups, but... Yeah. I mean, they call it a layup for a reason, but a three-pointer and then a half-court shot.
Ooh.
I mean, all in a row too. I mean,
it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, like you said, he was hot. He felt it. Yeah. Now, would you shoot it over your head, or would you try to throw it from the half court?
I'd probably look like one of those people because I'm not good at basketball.
Yeah.
Where you kind of like push it really hard, like almost like a shot put.
Yeah,
I'd probably do that because
I'm going in between the legs and up as well.
Oh, okay. Hold on, 11:22. I'm going between the legs.
I'm hurling it up. You know what I'm talking about? Double hands.
Yep.
Both hands.
Yeah.
Oh no, you painted a perfect picture for me.
We did a shot
just like I bowl.
Yeah, we did it years ago for Greek's Hardwood at oh man, what was the name of the place? I forget it. Nobody could hit the shot. It's about a half court. That's what we walked it on. And we should do it at Greek's Hardwood, and we didn't have one person that come close. And it's hard. I mean, that's a tough thing to hit. And then, you're thinking, like, should I bank it, try to make it? You just toss it, like, shroom.
Yeah. I mean, even a free throw when it's, look, these guys are pros, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm talking about NBA players now.
Yeah.
Those guys are pros, and they make what? 60% is good? 70% is good?
Yeah, some of the good shooters
for
make
free throws.
Yeah.
And I'm talking free throws. And this dude hit a three-pointer, a layup, and a half-court shot with that kind of pressure.
That's amazing. Oh, yeah. And then the other thing is, the crowd's yelling when you hit it.
Or maybe he didn't have pressure. Maybe he was just like, screw it, whatever. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'd have more of that attitude.
Well, you want it when you do it. I think you want to at least hit the rim.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to like miss everything because you'd be like, they do that too. They do it with Dr. Pepper for the college football championship where you got to throw the football 20 yards and you win $500,000. I mean, it's unbelievable. The odds. You got to be nervous.
Yeah,
you have to. I think the less time you know, the better because you're not thinking about it. You know what I mean?
And I think that was the case for him too.
Yeah.
They asked him that night. I mean, it wasn't planned.
Yeah.
And he was just like, oh, okay, well, and like I said, he was a little reluctant at first.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do that. I haven't picked up a basketball in so long.
It's amazing because I think if they tell you, like, say you got picked the night before, you're sleeping all night
you're
thinking
about it.
Oh, yeah. You rather go up. It's like when you're in school or something, you had to do a speech or something. I always wanted to go first. Like, I wanted to
just
get it
to
over.
get it out of the way.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Because everybody remembers the last one, right? Yeah.
And you're not I wasn't as nervous when I was first. You know what I mean? When you're last, you're sitting there for 24 kids or 25 kids, like, oh, God, I got to go. But I think that is such a cool feeling. It's amazing. And then the crowd goes crazy. The Knicks, they all do it. The Knicks did one about a month ago. It was a YouTube one, and the guy hit a half-court shot, and he won a car.
I know. I'm trying to look. I was trying to find the story, and one of the first stories that came up that I guess happened last night or whenever says a Lakers fan drains a half-court shot, won $75,000. Yeah, so these happen often.
Yeah, they do them a lot of times.
$75,000.
I think it does happen quite often, doesn't it? I mean, maybe not every game, but
I remember
once a month or so for each different organization. I mean, it's and isn't it sort of like that hole-in-one type of competition where they buy an insurance policy type thing in case it does hit?
Yeah, the chances are rare, but it seems like this year, Franny just pulled the Lakers one. You got the Bucks. I saw the Knicks. That's 3 in 1 year. Because it's rare that somebody hits a half-court shot. Your odds are so against you.
Well, I mean, pros.
Yeah.
How often does a pro do it?
No.
I mean, every now and that miracle shot, right? Even at that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, when a pro does it, they call it a miracle shot. Here's an amateur,
They let Steph Curry come in for you. Can I make Steph Curry?
Nice.
Yeah, hold on.
Can I pick?
I gotta stand it.
Yeah,
Can I call a friend?
Yeah, can Steph Curry come from
Well, they used to have that one was it Holy Moly and Steph Curry was in it, and so was it? Oh gosh, was it Holy Moly? It was a golf game, and so you had your average everyday Joes, and then you had some professionals, and Steph Curry was on it, but you could pick to make a shot for you. It was either Steph Curry or a robot.
Oh wow!
Who you thought? And I guess this robot was programmed to.
Oh no kidding!
I mean, nothing's perfect, right?
No.
But you could pick which one you wanted to take a shot for you.
Ooh, that's a tough one. The robot or Steph Curry? Who do you go with?
Robot.
Yeah.
Right.
No offense,
that thing's
Steph.
computerized, man.
No offense, Steph. I love you and all, but you're cute. But I'm gonna go with this.
Artificial intelligence these days? You kidding me? We got cars that can drive themselves. We got
some people pick
all
Steph.
kinds of stuff like that. Yeah, hell yeah. Give me the robot.
Yeah, I think the feeling's got to be unbelievable when you do it. And you release it, then the crowd goes crazy. Like,
I bet that arena just erupted. Erupted.
Yeah. When the kid hit the shot for the Knicks, like I said, it was on YouTube, they went crazy. Because you're rooting for him. Because the chances are, like I said, Dr. Pepper does it every year in the college championship. You got to throw a football. I think it's 20 yards.
And here's a dude with a son that has special needs.
That's right.
I mean, when you add that together,
it's a perfect story.
You talk about a fan favorite right there instantly.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. It's a perfect story. 877-927-6969. If you ever had a shot to do anything, let us know. Maybe kick a field goal.
Yeah.
Maybe throw a pass. Half-court shot. The only one I've ever seen, I've seen football and basketball. I've never seen baseball do anything. Where they have like a fan come up and try to hit a home run or something like that, because that's so difficult. But I've seen basketball a lot.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they got the first pitch with almost every game. So, I mean, that's sort of like a little bit of a thing for a fan. But, I mean, you don't win anything for it. So you're talking about games because, they do, don't they do a lot of those games like in between innings?
Yeah,
for
sometimes.
kids, like, I know they do it at the single A Mets.
Yeah.
So when I see them, they got the tire roll and the golf shot, the putt shot, and that type of stuff.
Yeah, I think I just think it's a cool feeling. If you get picked, I get the excitement.
Yeah, but you're winning coupons to a pizza place.
That's right.
You
get a free pie.
It's not $10,000.
The Lakers, though, they got to top everything. $75,000. That's a lot.
Well, of course, it figures.
It's LA. We got to do the best.
They had to worry more about the court during the regular time.
You're right. That's right.
I love this. At 47142, they said because the granny shot. Franny with the granny shot. That should be a rap song with Drake.
Be good.
Franny with the Grady shot. Somebody wants to know how G knows how much a dildo weighs. I'm like, I don't know. This is life.
I mean, years of reading.
Hey, it's expertise.
Yeah, expertise. Years of buying batteries.
And I got to look into this. We were talking about how some people got screwed. Somebody texted my 17-year-old daughter. She freaking loves Elvis.
Yeah.
And then I guess.
Oh, no kidding.
And then I guess TLC got screwed by Pebbles, much worse than Elvis did by the Colonel. So they said it was the worst deal of all time.
Oh, wow.
So I got to look into that one, see how they got screwed.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Because Elvis is bad.
They're saying it was much worse than Elvis.
Who did? Pebbles?
TLC got screwed by Pebbles. I'm guessing Pebbles was the manager.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm guessing. Yeah, I have to look into it.
Okay.
I mean, NSYNC, they had a big problem.
Yeah, was that Pearlman?
Yeah.
Lou Pearlman?
Yeah, they sued him, and hundreds of millions of dollars went out the window. And that's recent. I mean, compare, like, you go back to Elvis, it was the 60s, 50s.
Well, and I'm sure it's probably the same in all these cases, is they're not big stars yet. So we'll sign anything to get into the business. You want to make us big, we'll sign anything. It's got to be it, right? They prey on the vulnerable.
Sure. You would think, though, if somebody came to you and said, hey, I'm taking 30% of your pay, 40%, that's a huge amount. Even to somebody.
But when you're not made it yet.
Yeah, it's sad because, again, they're not entitled. They're entitled to get their money they earn, maybe 5 or 10%. That's high for an agent. But to get 30, 40, or 50, that's tremendous. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Given Tuesday. We'll come back with a trifecta, and we got a giveaway for you at 11:45. We'll be back. Peace.
We're everywhere you need to be. Find your favorite show at realradio921.com.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. After a cool start to the day, expect plenty of sunshine this afternoon with high temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s, and an east breeze at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy for tonight, still mild with comfortable temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s by Wednesday morning.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Why do you buckle up when you get in your truck? Maybe you do it to get home safely to your loved ones, or because you take your job as a professional driver seriously, or because you want to follow the law to stay safe. Remember, it doesn't matter how long you've been driving, or even if it's a quick trip. Wear your seatbelt to stay safe on the road. Learn more at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. That's www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. And remember to buckle up when you get behind the wheel. Paid for by FMCSA.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, one of my favorite spots, where great meals begin. If you love to eat well, Joseph's Classic Market has it all. Fresh produce, meats, seafood, deli, pizza, bakery, and prepared foods. And Joseph's offers catering for all special events. Boca Raton, Delray, and Palm Beach Gardens. Joseph's Classic Market is also hiring for all positions. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin, proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. I don't start a day without going to Joseph's Classic Market. Peace.
Attention! Did you or a loved one live at or near Marine Base Camp Lejeune in North Carolina between 1953 and 1987? If so, listen closely for this important legal announcement. From 1953 to 1987, Marines and their family members at Camp Lejeune drank water that was contaminated with hazardous toxins. The toxins found in the water at Camp Lejeune may cause health issues, especially later in life. Types of health issues associated with water at Camp Lejeune are numerous. If you or a loved one lived near Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987, you may be entitled to substantial financial compensation without going to court. Even if you were turned down in the past, a new law can allow you to file a claim today. If you or a loved one spent time near Camp Lejeune, call the Negligence Network to find out if you're eligible for financial compensation. There's no fee unless we win your case. Call 1-800-600-5536. That's 1-800-600-5536. 1-800-600-5536.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, diabetes, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Want to save 50% on new blinds? Blindster offers custom-made blinds, shades, and shutters shipped to you at prices less than big box retailers. And right now, save 50% off any order during Blindster's Cyber Monday sale. Hurry, sale ends December 1st. Blindster.com.
'Tis the season. When you're in the mood for holiday music, listen live with the iHeartRadio app and on your radio to Cool 105.5, the Palm Beaches Christmas station. Sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
The Penthouse is brought to you by Joseph's Classic Market.
Drowning in IRS debt? If you can't afford to pay your IRS debt due to economic hardship, you can now be free of IRS collection efforts by taking advantage of a special IRS tax hardship program. This program allows Americans who owe the IRS to resolve their delinquent tax debt once and for all. In some cases, maybe even reducing what you owe significantly. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Simply dial 800-600-3010. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back or have years of unfiled tax returns, help is standing by. Just call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-600-3010 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 800-600-3010 to see if you qualify. That's 800-600-3010.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Good morning. We have a crash on the Turnpike northbound. It's right before Glades. They've moved everything to the left shoulder, but very heavy delays start at the Sawgrass. I-95 up to speed both directions between Delray and West Palm. Only about a 16-minute drive either way. That's traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast.
You do. Download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeartRadio station.
You can give me on this Giving Tuesday. It's in your pants. It's a couple inches long. It's pretty hard, but yet kind of bendy. It's gotten you in a lot of trouble in the past. That's right, Greek. Hand over that Amex card, baby. Mommy needs a new sex swing. You wore out the old one. And we're going to swing our way into the holidays, baby. Oh, yeah.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Ah, that weed germ. She gets me every time.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't expect the American Express.
Oh, yeah.
Holy Betty Hanna, Batman. Wow, that was really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I give. Oh, Mary. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello, and good morning.
And Francis is here.
Hello, what's going on?
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's trifecta.
All right, your clock should be set every day, 2 o'clock, because that's when the world ends. Because that's when we go off the air. So you can watch USA today against Iran at 2 p.m. It is the World Cup as it continues on. Let's root on USA. Hopefully they get a W today and keep it going.
They got to win.
Yeah, if they don't win, they're gone.
Gun?
They got a gun?
No, they're done. USA.
They're like Alabama. If they lose, they're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
If Alabama loses, you just saw Jimmy if you went to our webpage, Real TV, sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach.
Well, the Post is saying if Iran doesn't win, that they're going to, get tortured. And I'm like, that is terrible. And it is the New York Post, so I don't know if they're factual.
That's a lot of pressure.
But that, you think?
Yeah, it's crazy. Hopefully they do.
Jesus.
Yeah, well, considering how many people they've already.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, it is the Post. I don't want to believe something so terrible, but.
No, you definitely
That's
don't.
Iran.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
all you need to say.
Exactly.
So again, USA against Iran today, 2 p.m. If you want to root them on, check them out. Maybe home, go to your favorite watering hole, your restaurant, your bar. I'm sure it'll be on. And again, the world ends at 2 o'clock because we're off the air, so it's pretty simple for you guys. Last night there was a football game, and Franny said something to me this morning that a lot of my friends said. Is there a game? And I said, yeah.
No, I just didn't know who played.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, most people didn't even know there was a game. They were like, Monday Night Football?
I know there is Monday Night Football. I just didn't pay attention. Who played?
Steelers won 24-17. They covered. Thank you, DraftKings. They were laying 3. And so the Steelers did beat the Colts 24-17. And also the Steelers, Coach Tomlin has one of the best records on Monday night. He's 15-4. And we said it earlier, we're gonna rephrase it a little. We're gonna put a little Windex on it. We have, I think, a winner for you next week. Not a guarantee, but we're telling you to bet Tampa now. Andy Dalton is 0-13 or 0-14 on games like Monday, Thursday, Saturday, when they're TV games. So he doesn't win for the Saints, so we're going to go with Tampa next week. That'll be one of your Greek gridiron games. I'm excited about that at Strikes this week. And college football rankings come out. Franny, you're a big fan of Georgia. Has it felt like 2 years where you guys are just untouchable?
Well, it has been. So
I know,
yeah,
but
it feels great.
But I'm saying, does it feel like 2 years?
No, the time is just fine by.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But it looks like Georgia will be number 1 again. No doubt about that. Michigan will be 2. TCU, I believe, will be 3. And USC will be 4. This weekend, you have all the conference championships. We'll see what happens. Next weekend, you'll see some big changes, and that'll be it. That'll be the Final Four set. We'll see if Alabama or Ohio State sneak in. I don't think they do. The only way they might sneak in is if TCU and USC lose, and then they both have an opportunity where they may get in. Coach Saban will be lobbying to get them in all week. You know that.
Of course.
All the people behind the scenes, the boosters, everybody, stating their case. We'll see what happens. But again, this weekend, Michigan plays Purdue. TCU plays Kansas State. USC plays Utah. So you got all the championships of the different divisions. ACC, Clemson plays. That's not going to matter whether they win or not because they got beat last week. And they also, last week when they got beat, they had a 40-game home winning streak. And they were promoting that big time. And as soon as you throw something out there, what happens? Every time you lose. He hasn't missed a field goal in 97 shots. Boing.
Guaranteed miss.
That's right. And that is your second trifecta of the day.
Well, yesterday, Franny brought up the most looked up, I believe that was Google, right? Per Google, or was it Webster's?
Merriam-Webster.
It was Webster's.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the most looked up word of the year was gaslighting. And we got into such a discussion about it because, describing what it was, and, most times that particular word is used. And we sort of missed some of the other classics that were on there as well. Another one that was on that list, too, of the top 10 for words that were looked up, pickleball. No surprise there, right?
Yeah.
That was, the slap was another one. Apparently, that was looked up by a bunch of people.
I'm sure.
The slap, huh?
The slap, yeah.
All right, okay, because it was the slap of Will Smith.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a slap.
Sure. Crypto collapse. No surprise there, huh? Here's one that I didn't realize it because it's actually a hyphenated word. I don't know what brought everybody to it. Testicle tanning apparently was one of the most looked up words in Merriam-Webster's.
Isn't that how you get the vitamin D? Is that is that it?
Oh, it's all about the D.
Isn't that because that one guy was Brolin?
Yep.
Help me, Brolin. What's his first name?
James
Actor.
Brolin.
And he was tanning his taint is what he was doing. And people were like, what the heck is he doing?
Well, that's not your testicles.
I know. So maybe they thought he was tanning his testicles when in fact it was the other T close by.
Yeah, it's in the area.
It's in the area. It's close by.
Okay, well, it's your neighbor. Apparently, DEFCON 3 was another one that was looked up pretty heavily. No surprise there. Monkeypox. Big one.
Yeah.
Big one. I heard that they're changing now.
I heard they were too.
Mpox,
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to be
Because some people
correct.
were like, all right, hold on. But the monkeys were like, dude, it's not just us giving it to people.
Well, yeah, I know. They're pretty mad about that.
Did they get
Apparently,
together?
what's that?
I said they got together and
They
they said,
did.
"Hey, you can't say that."
Yeah, it was only one tribe.
Yeah.
They got him. Amber Turd was another one that was looked up. I'm not quite sure why. And of course, the last one that was on this list, and it's a little lengthy. What the hell happened to Madonna's face?
Jesus,
Apparently, that was
that's
another one that was
super
looked up.
lengthy.
I don't know. I guess.
What the hell did happen to Madonna's face?
She got a lot of work done.
Oh my God. Well,
She got seen without makeup. That's what happened.
Yeah, but she uses a lot of filters I follow her on social media, and she uses a lot of filters. But even with those filters, it's like, whoa. Yeah, it maybe takes some time. Maybe she just got a fresh
Peel?
No, when did you get your face tightened?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Botox or just a lift
No,
or something?
a facelift.
Facelift.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe she just got a fresh facelift. That's easy to say, fresh facelift, and it just needs some time to relax a little bit.
Maybe. It's still probably swollen.
It's maybe.
Yeah, because they say a lot of times when you get that done, it takes a good 6 months or a year.
It is very tight.
Her face has aged for a little while now, but apparently she does get some work on. But she puts on a lot of makeup and looks fantastic. I mean,
and she's partied a lot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's lived a hard life.
Yeah.
Where she's done a lot.
I don't think she's lived a hard life. I wouldn't call it that.
Well, when I use the word hard,
Yes.
I mean partying out, drinking. Jimmy's trying to have promos. When I use the word hard, I'm trying to get my rent paid. Who do you think was the most hated this year? Do you think it was Amber Heard? It seems like it. Like it's
the most hated
person.
No, seriously hated? No, not even close.
Who do you think?
First name that comes to mind is Kanye.
You're right.
As far as truly hated?
Yeah, you're probably right.
Trump and Kanye.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
Trump is always going to be one of the most hated.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Amber Heard's definitely up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will Smith got some hate for a while too.
Sure. Yeah. Another one.
Yeah, it just seemed like her. I didn't see any positivity from anybody on social media. People I know, people just always slammed
I think
her.
she had some sympathizers.
Yeah?
Yeah, because, I mean, the ones that would go against him just because they don't like Johnny Depp. But Johnny Depp was so popular and became even more popular, I think, from that trial.
Oh, of course.
But I'm sure there's always people on the other side of it.
Oh, yeah. There is always people. We'll put together a list by the end of the year. But,
I'm sure something will come out here soon. You guys want to give away a prize?
Yes.
All right. The only thing is, did we decide what game we're going to do today?
Who's most likely?
We are going to do that?
Oh,
okay.
okay. I wasn't aware of that, but I will get something ready.
We'll play a little game called Who's Most Likely To. If you're not familiar with that game, that is where Franny reads a scenario. The three of us vote amongst ourselves who's most likely to fit that scenario, and you have to guess who we voted for. And today, we are playing for a pair of tickets to see Aaron Lewis. He's of the band Stained, if you're not familiar. He's going to do one of two big shows, March 22nd and 23rd at Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. The show will be determined by Seminole Coconut Creek, which one you win. So you have to be able to go to either one of those shows, either March 22nd or March 23rd of next year. Aaron Lewis of the band Stain. We're giving away a pair of tickets right now. Give us a call, 877-927-6969. Like I said, we're going to play a little game called Who's Most Likely To, and let's line up some people on the phone line and get you set up to win these tickets to see Aaron Lewis.
Make it happen, people. Pick up the phone, 877-927-6969. Jimmy will get you on, and then momentarily you'll be in the opportunity to go to the show and enjoy yourself and kick back. When we kick back, we go to Strike Cigar Lounge on Fridays. We'll be there this week for Greek's Gridiron, doing our show again live at Strike's, having a good time. Inside this week, Humidor, over 500 cigars. So many drinks that you guys could do whatever you want with them and have a good time. And you don't have to smoke cigars. You can just come down and see Franny and I do Greek's Gridiron live. Always excited to be at Strike Cigar Lounge. Always a great place to hang out with your friends and just kick back and enjoy life around the holidays. How about that? They are having their big Christmas party, too. It is coming up December 9th.
Oh, nice.
That'll be before you know it.
And that's open to
the public.
Yes,
it is. December 9th, it is open to the public. It's their party. And when they throw a party at Strikes, it's always a lot of fun. They had a big casino night for their 1-year anniversary. That was great. I enjoyed that. Their Christmas party is December 9th. I got to pick them up some poinsettias. That's my little job that I have to do for Strikes. Maybe I'll do it by Friday, and then I can bring them Friday. Franny, you can help me present them to the owner, Ronnie and his lovely wife. So you guys want to strike it out, go to Strikes on Friday and see Franny and I, and you'll have a good time at Strike Cigar Lounge and hang out. And like I said, you don't have to smoke cigars. You could just be there. If you want to see us on TV, you could always go to Real TV on our website. Check out Francis, myself, and Jimmy. Always sponsored by Monroe's of Palm Beach. It's not too early to make your reservations for New Year's Eve. That'll be here before you know it. And Monroe's always has an unbelievable New Year's Eve party, bringing in 2023.
I already saw that they were promoting it on a billboard coming down from, because it's in between where I live and here.
Yeah.
Monroe's of Palm Beach billboard.
And, you turn around and you go, oh, my God, New Year's Eve, it's here already.
I have some time. We still got over a month.
Oh, I know. They say
but it
most
will
people,
get here quick.
Yeah. I read an article last night. They said most people make that decision what they're doing New Year's Eve. Not all, but a lot of people make it like within the last 10 days of what they're going to decide. And, it's always been called amateurs night.
Well, hopefully I'm going to be going to the Peach Bowl if George is in it, which I have a feeling they will be. But
oh, cool.
Yeah. I was thinking about going to the SEC this weekend, and I talked to my sister, and she was like, you know what, let's wait and see, and then go to the Peach Bowl, because that's also going to be in Atlanta at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And they'll probably kick somebody's ass again.
We'll see.
That'll be the semifinals, correct?
We'll see. Yeah. So, yeah, because I don't think that we can go this weekend. Obviously, we have strikes and a lot of stuff going on. But, yeah, it's a playoff semifinal, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
I think the finals this year is at the Rose Bowl.
Okay.
I think. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. 877-927-6969. It looks like we have the phones all lined up.
Yes, and we are starting our game today with Jeff. He is our first contestant for this pair of tickets to see Aaron Lewis next year. Jeff, welcome to the Penthouse.
What's going on, Penthouse?
Hey, Jeff, how are you today? I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. First of all, thank you for listening to Real Radio. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you for being there.
Do you know how this game works?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Hit me.
All right, we'll hit you. All right, so I'm gonna ask the question. Just give us a moment so we can place our votes here, and then Jimmy will cue you up for your answer. All right, Jeff?
Sounds good.
Okay. Out of the three of us, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to be a polygamist if it was legal?
All right, Jeff, we have our answer. Out of the three of us, Greek, Francis, or myself, Jimmy, who is most likely to be a polygamist if it was legal?
Greek. I have to say Greek, definitely. No?
No.
way.
Unfortunately, it was Jimmy.
No, he can't handle one.
Jimmy, if you didn't hear the stories back in the day, Jimmy did a little swinging action.
Maybe.
It's so true. I can't handle one. I can't handle one. I can't smell one. I am out.
One's enough, huh? Sorry
Jeff,
about that.
Sorry about that. Better luck next time. Next up, we have Lee. Lee, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hello.
Hello, Lee. How are you, sir?
Good. How are y'all today?
We're doing great, Lee. How long you been listening to Real Radio?
Oh, since 2016.
Oh, all right.
Nice run, 6 years.
Yeah, not bad. It's good. What do you think?
I love it. I listen to it every day.
All right, Franny's got a question for you, and hopefully you're right, and you're on your way to see a great concert.
Yes. All right, Lee, let's get these tickets to Aaron Lewis. Just give us a moment after I ask the question to place our vote, and then Jimmy will cue you up for your answer. So out of the three of us, Jimmy, Greek, or Franny, who is most likely to get countless bruises and has no idea how?
Okay, we have our answer. Lee, out of the three of us, Greek, Franny, or myself, Jimmy, who is most likely to get bruised up but not know how?
Franny.
Yeah! You pay attention.
And I do. Every Monday I wake up going, how the hell did I get all these bruises?
Is that a female thing, really? Because my wife is the same way.
Yeah.
She's always got a bruise on her arm or leg and has no idea where it came
I
from.
feel like it has to do sometimes when you drink, and sometimes I have to climb a lot of things too because I'm little. So I'm, but I mean like countertops.
Okay.
Trees.
You know, they make these funny things called ladders.
Yeah, ladders.
I do. Girls do tend to get a lot of bruises. We do. But that's it.
Well,
you won just like that, Lee. Congratulations.
I guess there's one way I hadn't taken into consideration.
Great job, Lee.
Lee, great job, buddy. I'm going to put you on hold. If you would, hang tight for a couple minutes, and we'll get back to you on break, and I'll get a little bit more info from you, and we'll get you set up with those tickets. Okay, pal?
Thank you.
All right. That's how you do it right there, kids.
That's it. So it's
Nice.
funny, you make fun, but I do have I have step stools all over the house, right? Well, I have one in my bedroom, so I can reach to the top of my closet where I have my hats and my purses, and then I have one in the kitchen. But I don't use it because it's kind of tucked to the side.
Okay.
So I climb on everything. I hop up on the countertops, and that's what I do.
There's another bruise.
Yeah, that's it. And obviously, if my obviously if my husband's home, I'll ask him to get it.
Yeah, I got something in the closet.
Yeah, he is. He is.
Well, he's
yeah.
9 feet tall.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So
Yeah, you don't need a ladder.
No. He uses me to get stuff from the bottom cabinets, and I use him to get stuff from the top.
See, that's why it works.
He's got a bad back. Yeah,
That's how it works.
Perfect.
Now, you said your husband was starting a sleep study, right?
Yeah, I'm so excited. So I've talked about his snoring, and finally, he went to the doctor, and through Jupiter Medical, they got him hooked up with this. And the company is called Blackstone, I believe, which is interesting because I thought they made grills.
I thought they made ice cream.
They do.
I thought they made ice cream.
That's Cold Stone.
Whatever. No wonder I can't find it.
Oh, that'd be why.
I pull up. I'm like, where is this place?
But yeah, it's Blackstone Medical Service, and they sent him a thing, and he gave him a patient number. And I think I told you guys, so he started it last night. It's 2 days.
Okay.
And you got to wear it for 2 nights. But all it is, it looks like one of those things that when you get your blood pressure done, they put like the thing on your finger.
Yeah.
Oh,
is that for your pulse, right?
Right.
Or whatever it is? That's all it is. He sleeps with this thing on his finger. There's no attachment. There's no wires. There's no connection. No anything. And from there, they can figure out his sleep quality or if he has an issue with it.
And then if they find out that he has something, what is the next step? Does he ever have to wear anything at night or no?
Well, I guess it depends on if he's got sleep apnea or whatever. But to me, I found that so interesting that just from that,
So it's your heart rate. So
they
it's
can
monitoring
figure out if you,
your heart rate to see maybe different patterns.
If
right?
your
So
sleep's interrupted, which could be from
things-
snoring, right?
Now, will you be shocked if they say he's normal?
Yes.
Wow.
Because it's not. My girlfriend.
Somebody asked me the same thing about Greek. Would you be shocked if you found out he's normal?
Yes.
But it's not just me. So my girlfriend Savannah every now and then will stay the night if she has the weekend with us because she lives in Royal Palm.
Okay.
And so obviously if we go out drinking or whatever, we take an Uber back. Her car's at my house. She'll stay the night. She even said, and she was in another bedroom across the way.
Oh,
she
she
was
could hear
like, "Holy!" I'm like, "I know."
Oh, she could hear. She heard him.
Yeah,
Oh,
she heard him. Yeah.
So then odds are they're going to come back with something.
Yeah, but I just found it was interesting that they can tell that
That's simple.
just from just this little tiny thing that goes on your finger. And I wonder from there maybe if they realize the patterns are off or they check, whatever it is, his pulse, his heart rate. I wonder from there if there's more testing that happens after that.
That could be, right? They might need to do a more extensive, this
Yeah.
is just a starter
Beginning.
one to get a rough idea of what it might be, that type of thing.
Yeah.
Because if I'm not mistaken, and again, not a medical expert, sleep apnea has there's that little flap of skin that stops you from breathing, and then you catch up to yourself, right? So your heart rate's going to fluctuate quite a bit. That sort of makes sense to me. I can see that if you stop breathing for a couple seconds longer than you normally should, and they can detect it that way. And then, like you said, they might have to do a more extensive one.
Yeah, because once
I
I've
hope they find
seen,
it,
me too.
if that's it, right?
Yeah,
or
of
maybe,
course.
Maybe it's just
because it can get worse with age, and like you said, it could be a health concern.
I mean, sleep apnea isn't the only thing that makes people snore, but I mean, some people it's just natural, right? And there's different remedies. We've seen all kinds of different ones where you wear a mouthpiece or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen one where they actually put like a belt or whatever, a recording device, a belt around your torso that can also read your pulse. I've seen ones where they put like nasal tubing in your nose, and so that's why
that
it's
doesn't sound comfortable.
Yeah, it doesn't sound comfortable to sleep like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I guess if you have sleep apnea, and that's what a lot of people don't like, because my girlfriend complains too that he has her man has sleep apnea, and he does have what is that device called?
Machine.
Yeah.
CPAP.
CPAP, thank you.
Machine, I
But
believe.
he doesn't like using it.
Yeah, because I guess it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And then
How
a lot
can
of-
that be?
I know.
We've known some people that wear it, and I can't imagine
They say
having
with
to put that
time
on.
you get used to it, and also with time you realize how much better quality of sleep you're getting. But I guess it's that whole getting used to having something on your face while you're sleeping.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine about 2 weeks ago. He went to the same thing, a sleep study, but he had to stay at the place.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
you
that's
have your. I think now it may have been something years ago where you had to, but now they can do at-home sleep studies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it goes through the hospital. I mean, it was Jupiter Medical sent it and got him hooked up with this medical
great.
service. Yeah.
I know he
So
like
we'll
I
see.
said, a couple weeks ago, he said he had to sleep over 2 nights.
Yeah.
And they would determine what it was.
Maybe that's the next step for Matt.
Could be. Could be.
If they need to find out, well, okay, we got this much information. And
If they tell me I have to
it
sleep at the
could be
hospital, he's like,
this.
I'm out.
well.
He spends plenty of time at the hospital between COVID and when he had the staph infection, and it's like
It's not
his
fun.
least favorite place.
No,
Well, I'm sure it's
obviously.
nobody's favorite
No,
place.
nobody wants
Unless
to.
you're having a baby, right? That's exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if he would continue on with it if they told him he had to stay there.
So one place that they say to go there to get better, and when you're there, it's actually worse. Like you
Yep.
don't get any sleep when you're there,
Uh-huh.
and they come in and they're poking you every 2 hours for more blood or whatever,
Yep.
blood pressure all the time. And I've been seeing it too many times this year with my parents, and it's so hard and difficult that you have to deal with that. And it's actually supposed to be the
Absolutely.
place you're going to get better.
Right. It is one of those situations, like you said. It does it sometimes, but you got to go to get better.
Yeah. I mean, obviously for certain medicines, I know my parents, one of the things that they needed was the Lasix, right? They've had some fluid buildup. And, the best way to get rid of it is through the concentrate that they use at the hospital. It's so much better than the pill form. But,
Yep, got to do what you got to do to get healthy.
Yep.
It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We're going to come back with some fun facts and a lot more. Always on Real Radio 92.1.
Hey, it's Rover. Catch Rover's Morning Glory weekdays from 6 to 9 a.m. on Real Radio. Just tell your smart device to play Real Radio 92.1 on iHeartRadio.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. After a cool start to the day, expect plenty of sunshine this afternoon with high temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s, and an east breeze at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Partly cloudy for tonight, still mild with comfortable temperatures in the upper 60s and lower 70s by Wednesday morning.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Ernest S. Orphanis, DDS, the man who can give you that $1 million smile.
Hey, it's Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
Smell that wonderful smell? Open the box to find a treat no child or adult can resist. It's cupcakes from Small Cakes of Royal Palm Beach. Located next to Target on Okeechobee Boulevard, we start baking before you get out of bed. Our frosting and decorating while you're getting ready and sliding them into the case just as you pull up. Be it a special occasion or just a special person, Small Cakes bakes over 18 different flavors every day for all to enjoy. We'll be waiting for you with ice cream on the side and a cherry on top.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. It's literally all we've done for 15 years. Whether you need to feed a meeting or the whole company, we're here to make sure the food is professionally delivered, on time, as ordered, and all within your budget. No wonder we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. Food for work is what we do, and no one knows it better. Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
Have you ever felt depressed about work, only to have your dad be like, "Why are you so down?" So you told him you hate your job, and he said, "Well, you better talk yourself out of it." And then you thought, I love to talk. I could host a podcast. And then you went to Spreaker from iHeart and started a podcast and got good at it, then monetized it, then quit your boring job, then told your dad, "Thanks for the advice." And he was like, "Well, that's not what I meant, and I don't understand what a podcast is, but you seem happy, so that's great, kiddo." You ever do that? Well, you could. At Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Ask your dad. You actually don't.
Football is back. Come on out to Lefty's Wings and Grill this Sunday for our next Miller Lite watch party of the season as Miami takes on San Francisco. Great food and drink specials, including $2.75 Miller Lite drafts during all live pro games, real radio swag, and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. Lefty's, 1034 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, Port St. Lucie. See you there.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of fans download the popular Stuff They Don't Want You to Know podcast to get to the bottom of popular culture's biggest myths. And now, the Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book separates conspiracy fact from conspiracy theory, from biological testing to our endless fascination with the Kennedy assassination. This holiday season, give the gift that explains the unexplainable. The Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book. Available now. Order at StuffYouShouldReadBooks.com or wherever you buy your books.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure, it's just not fun, always walking around with a headache.
Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of West Palm Beach Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers called balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, congestion? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with West Palm Beach Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers. Call 561-459-3228. 561-459-3228. That's 561-459-3228.
Whether you're in the mood for your favorite radio station or getting lost inside a hit podcast, the iHeartRadio app gives you access to what you want to hear when you want to hear it. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733. And we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you are back in the Penthouse on a Giving Tuesday. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're listening on that FM dial or that absolutely free iHeartRadio app. One of our favorite things on that iHeartRadio app is when you utilize the talkback feature. You just got to search for Real Radio 921. There's a little microphone icon. Click on that sucker, and you can leave us a message just like that. And if it's worthy, we will play it on air. Hello, this is Franny. We got Jimmy in the house. Good afternoon.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And G-Man. Hi, G-Man.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for always listening to Real Radio 921. Best talk in the world. And best talk of best place to handle the English language by me. We got some fun facts. That was a double whammy. I wasn't once. Once wasn't good enough. It was, wow.
So I'm going to go back to a day which I think is very important, and it is Giving Tuesday, which is today, and give you a little bit more information on what's going on. If you were not tuned in to the beginning of the show, this is an annual day of giving that started back in 2012. And it said following two major consumption days, Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So this was a way to honor the value of generosity and to give to people because you spend. A lot of time you're spending money on Black Friday and Cyber Monday for others, but they were trying to offset that. So you can say in the very beginning, we acknowledge there are 2 days that are tremendously powerful for the retail sector and for profit business. So we wanted to recognize nonprofit businesses, and that's how it came about. And not only did it start here in the U.S., they said it's grown to a year-round movement officially celebrated across more than 85 countries, including Brazil, Ukraine, Zambia. Giving Tuesday activity takes place in every country and territory around the world annually, according to the organization. And this is great. So Giving Tuesday revolves around the power of radical generosity. This is according to the website, the concept that other suffering should be as intolerable to people as their own suffering. Simply put, it means we're all in this together. Let's say, what's the impact? Well, it looks like Giving Tuesday is significant for various reasons. And this is according to the commissioner. His name is Kenneth Hodder, the Salvation Army's national commander in the U.S. They said that the organization planned to unveil its giant red kettle in New York City on Giving Tuesday to mark the start of the giving season.
Very
You know
nice.
that red kettle, but this one, I guess, I haven't seen this one, the giant red kettle they do in New York City.
It's huge.
Yeah?
Yep.
Because we see the kettles that they do out everywhere. You see them in front of the grocery stores, shopping plazas, stuff like that. The annual National Red Kettle campaign launched Thanksgiving for its 132nd year, which is insane.
I believe tomorrow night they light the tree.
Yeah, I gotta Google that. Do they do it on the 30th?
I think. I'm not 100% sure. You can.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's tomorrow night. Usually it's early December, the first week, but I think they're doing it tomorrow night.
Okay. Well, they said how to participate. For those not sure where to start, Giving Tuesday organizers often post ideas on how to get involved on their website and social medias. So they said there's 50 ways to give kindness via Instagram, which includes paying for the coffee of someone behind you in line.
Very nice.
Beautifying a neighborhood corner by planting flowers. You can donate, which a lot of people don't think about, old laptops to, which is a STM school or nonprofit. It helps them. Picking up trash around the neighborhood, even leaving quarters at the laundromat, stuff like that. So they give you a bunch of little ideas. If you're like, man, I just don't have a lot to do, it's something that simple.
Yep, I think it's very cool.
Uh-huh. And then this is just a few ways that global groups celebrate Giving Tuesday. Hashtag Giving Tuesday Military is challenging military members, families, veterans, and supporters to share 1 million acts of intentional kindness. So that's a hashtag they use. Grassroots environmental movement, Tuesdays for Trash is what it's called, is encouraging people worldwide to pick up litter in their communities on Giving Tuesday. I know there's a lot of beach cleanups and stuff like that you can be a part of. And then Giving Tuesday Ukraine, these are things around the world, is hosting an online giving festival where people can share kind words, make donations, and inspire others by posting about their good deeds. There you go for some Giving Tuesday statistics and facts.
And again, it could be as simple as maybe buying somebody a coffee. You know, just you're out, you say, hey, you know what, that coffee's on me. I just want to play it forward and make you have a nice day. And I'm sure the person will be very like, wow, that's very nice of you. And then maybe they'll do it for you. Most people do know who Howard Stern is. If you don't, maybe you haven't been listening to radio for a long time, but he is pretty much a guru. And every time he has a comment, it gets picked up pretty big. He had some comments about Oprah, saying that Howard has a hard time, accepting his wealth and how much he has, and he doesn't like to put it out there. But Oprah always puts it out there, and he finds that to be, I guess, a little disturbing for him.
Yeah, he basically criticized her for showing off her wealth on her social media.
Yeah. And again, if we've talked about this, if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it, you don't have to consume it, just walk away from it. I'm sure, I don't know if Oprah's going to have a comment back to Howard. We'll see. But he was just like, I don't know why she does that. She always shows, her mansion or people working for her or her lifestyle. And again, he is not comfortable with it.
Yeah, he said Oprah's not embarrassed by her wealth at all. She loves showing it off on Instagram. It's effing mind-blowing when you follow her on Instagram. You see her estates, her gardens, the people who service her, and, yeah. And I love Robin was like, service her. She's not a car. But he was like, yeah. So he just as you mentioned, said he's not comfortable with that kind of showing off what he has, and he's got a lot.
Oh yeah, Howard does have a lot. Not as much as Oprah, but he does have a lot. And Howard always seems to be a pretty simple guy.
And that's what he's saying. He doesn't believe she's self-aware. He was like, knowing that there are people struggling out there, that sometimes you have to think about what you put out there. But even knowing that, I think we all know what Oprah has.
Oh, yeah. It's always been out there that she's very, very extremely wealthy.
And that's the thing. If you're not showing off your wealth, are these people getting fed that are having a hard time, right? I mean, it's one of those things. And who's to say that Oprah doesn't do a lot of good with her
charity
money?
and
Yeah,
philanthropic
work.
Yeah, she doesn't do it. I mean, it doesn't go out there, but again, he's saying his opinion about it. I'm sure she's going to have a comment. I don't know if they're friends or not. They might be. I would assume they are. But
I would think so too. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think. I don't think he's like taking, it's somebody he's not friends with. He's taking a shot at her. Because she's huge too.
Well, that's why when I first heard this, I was wondering how much of this was really serious.
Yeah.
Because I think they are pretty good friends.
And he talks about the good that he does too. And he mentions that he's got a good living, but he has trouble watching her and the stuff he puts out there. But then he also talked about how she invites students from the Oprah Winfrey Leadership Academy for Girls, which is a school she has in South Africa, to her house each year for Thanksgiving, which she's also shared on her Instagram that she has these girls come. And he talks about that these are girls whose parents have abandoned them, and they're at a boarding school in Africa, and she takes them in, and they call her mama and all this stuff. And then he kind of started singing her praises. He went from her, I can't believe she does it, to praising her work for charity. And he even said, I think the girls believe Oprah's God because she gives them an education, she gives them meals. Don't ask, they love her. He said, it's impressive. It's real charity work. So that's how he concluded what he had to say with her.
Yeah, you start off one way and then he ends up another way. Yeah. All right. Maybe Robin gave him a little bit of a look like, hey, what are you doing
That's
over
what we
there?
call negging.
Yeah.
You bring them down and then you build them up.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You say something like that. But again, it's his comments. It's Howard who he is. And he did say, and he said it before, I've heard him before, he's not comfortable with his wealth. Because he has a mansion too and lives up in Hampton.
Oh, you can give it up.
I know, and
if you don't like it, give it up.
And but he holds out for these serious XM deals. Like he holds out for all this money. He was like, wait. So hold on a second. I don't know about that.
He's estimated to be worth about $650 million.
Oh yeah, he's
now Oprah's $2.5 billion, but
still.
So he's not nearly as wealthy as she is.
But neither one of them need a fundraiser.
Nope.
Not at the end of the day. But again, Howard is if you followed him over the years and who he is, he's a very simple guy. He just is.
Well, he doesn't seem very flashy.
Yeah.
And I don't take Oprah to be all that flashy, but then again, I don't follow her on social media. Yeah. So she's posting a lot of pictures of her in big mansions. Probably the only thing I've seen wasn't that one Tom Brady interview at her house?
Yeah.
In like Arizona?
I don't know, or Connecticut? I'm not sure.
But point being, I mean, again, if he saw that, I wouldn't think that was some big giant mansion. Of course, it's only a certain camera angle that we got to see, but
and one room.
Usually, even with something like that, you would get the background of a big place, and it seemed pretty humble. But
and she might not wanted it either there for people to know where she is. Sometimes they do that. It's like Michael Jordan when he did The Last Dance. Nobody told me this. I thought this until I met somebody who was involved with it. I thought when he did all the videos of the home, that was his house. That wasn't Michael Jordan's house.
You would assume that, right? I mean, you're doing an interview with him.
Yeah, and he was
presumably
in Jupiter,
his house, and it wasn't his place at all.
Nope, it wasn't his place at all. And I noticed from a very good source, and I was
because it looked like a house, right? So it didn't look like a studio. Is my point? Like, that would be the difference if they're going to sit you down in a studio.
Yeah. Yeah, but when he did it was, you saw the background of Florida, the beautiful ocean, and a big house, and he was in his chair, and I always thought this guy.
Fireplace to the one side of him, right? And then a hallway going into a room, another to the right of him.
Yep, 100% right.
Well, our right.
And it was actually a house in his neighborhood. Is what my buddy
Did he just rented for that?
Or it was either he rented it or it was a friend's house that they used. Okay. But he didn't want to use his house.
He didn't want it to be seen.
Yeah, and this guy was on the scene, like filming and everything like that. But again, I just assumed that was his house.
Yeah, good.
Why
wouldn't you?
Yeah, he was smoking cigars. So I figured I could have got Jordan's house, but it wasn't. So you never know. When they say something, if it's there or not. But Howard, Howard's got his comments. He's going to put it out there, and people are going to run with it. I saw the interview he did with Springsteen. That was pretty cool. That was also on HBO. They showed it. But, again, Howard seems to be a pretty simple guy. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Giving Tuesday. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
A man is in trouble for making sexual contact with his dog. Edward Dare, 35-year-old man.
Should have picked Truth.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
'Tis the season. When you're in the mood for holiday music, listen live with the iHeartRadio app and on your radio to Cool 105.5, the Palm Beach's Christmas station. Sponsored by FAMU's Mary. Educate, learn, talk.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. Plenty of sunshine through this afternoon with temperatures staying in the upper 70s and lower 80s for afternoon highs. An east breeze at 10 to 15 miles per hour, comfortable for this evening with temperatures overnight in the 60s and lower 70s by Wednesday morning with partly cloudy skies.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Some banks can make it complicated to redeem credit card rewards, but with Discover, you can redeem your rewards for cash in any amount at any time. Talk about amazing. Learn more at discover.com/redeem rewards. Terms apply.
Hi, I'm Dana Schwartz, host of the hit podcast Noble Blood. Join me on my new podcast, Stealing Superman, for a deep dive into the shocking true crime saga of the theft of a priceless comic book from the home of Nicolas Cage.
Someone targeted this very specific, very talented actor and stole something that is very specific to his interest.
Listen to Stealing Superman on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hazy Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
I was having a lot of sinus infections. My sinuses were clogged, pressure, headaches.
Linda suffered for years with chronic sinus infections.
You don't feel like doing anything. When you feel like your head is completely clogged, all you want to do is just lay down and sleep. And the pressure, it's just not fun, always walking around with a headache.
Now, her issues are gone. How? A minimally invasive procedure done in the office of West Palm Beach Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers called balloon sinuplasty.
I really did not know what it was like to feel like you're really breathing and not being so clogged up. I would do it again in a heartbeat, and I would definitely recommend it for someone else.
Do you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, congestion? Find out if balloon sinuplasty is the solution for you. Set an appointment today with West Palm Beach Breathe Free Sinus and Allergy Centers. Call 561-459-3228. 561-459-3228. That's 561-459-3228.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. It's literally all we've done for 15 years. Whether you need to feed a meeting or the whole company, we're here to make sure the food is professionally delivered, on time, as ordered, and all within your budget. No wonder we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. Food for work is what we do, and no one knows it better. Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
Attorney CPA Joe Cordell.
You hear the phrase a lot this time of year, happy holidays. But holidays are not always happy, particularly for guys grappling with a divorce that they didn't choose. These men need more than the help of a good lawyer. They need the hope and encouragement of a good friend.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Miami area attorneys. Offices in Miami-Dade County and Fort Lauderdale. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Football is back. Come on out to Lefty's Wings and Grill this Sunday for our next Miller Lite watch party of the season as Miami takes on San Francisco. Great food and drink specials, including $2.75 Miller Lite drafts during all live pro games, real radio swag, and a chance to win a pair of tickets to an upcoming Miami game. Kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. Lefty's, 1034 Southeast Port St. Lucie Boulevard, Port St. Lucie. See you there.
Hayes the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, one of my favorite spots, where great meals begin. If you love to eat well, Joseph's Classic Market has it all. Fresh produce, meats, seafood, deli, pizza, bakery, and prepared foods. And Joseph's offers catering for all special events. Boca Raton, Delray, and Palm Beach Gardens. Joseph's Classic Market is also hiring for all positions. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin, proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. I don't start a day without going to Joseph's Classic Market. Peace.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Ernest S. Orfanis, DDS, the man who can give you that $1 million smile.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
Good morning. Continues to be a pretty easy drive through Palm Beach County right now. Traffic cameras show no major delays on I-95 in both directions through Palm Beach Gardens, West Palm, and Boca. We're trouble-free on the Turnpike and on US 1. That's a look at traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Enter the Craftsman Days Ultimate Garage Sweepstakes sponsored by Lowe's for a chance to win Craftsman products valued at over $10,000. No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31. Residents of 50 USDC, 18 or older, and age majority, and have a Lowe's.com account. Void where prohibited. See rules at Lowe'sUltimateGarage.com for entry instructions, odds, prices, etc. Sponsor Lowe's.
Newt Gingrich here, and I'd like to invite you to listen to my podcast, Newt's World. Most people know me as the former Speaker of the House, but I'm also a historian with a wide range of interests. I enjoy talking with experts in their field and the most interesting people across a variety of subjects. I release 4 episodes of Newt's World Heart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
You're listening to Real Radio 92.1, and we are an iHeart radio station. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you are back in the PH on a Tuesday, November 29th. What is going on? Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you have just started tuning in, well, welcome. Hey, this is Franny. Good afternoon to you, Jimmy.
Hello, and good afternoon.
And a good afternoon to G-Man.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for always listening to Real Radio 92.1. After us, it is the News Junkies. And then the Greek Zone will come at you tonight. We'll talk about college football, the NFL lines, and what is happening with the possible bowl games. And then Lex and Terry tonight follows us all the long.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I do have a couple texts in at 47142. Started off with Real Radio. We have somebody says, has Greek ever been on USC? It's just I can't see him spending any money on Trojans. Ha ha ha, get it? Like, condoms.
Never gets old.
And we were talking about my husband doing this sleep study at home and how he has like a little finger thing that they put on him. And somebody said the finger thing is probably measuring the O2 saturation also.
I knew that.
Yeah.
All the things. Oh, damn.
Yeah, I got an email on that as well.
Mm-hmm. The monitor that Matt, this is a text, the monitor that Matt has to wear to sleep, that's my husband's name, besides a heart monitor, also detects your blood oxygen level. Usually the levels should be around 97 or 98, so they'll be able to tell if his oxygen level is too low. That's from Kara in North Palm Beach, so thank you very much. We also have on here a request, and I think we talked about this last week, so we are probably going to do this, and they're like, when it gets closer to Christmas, can we have another prize contest like the Thanksgiving turkey calls? Maybe a Christmas reindeer call or the best Santa ho ho ho. We did talk about the ho, right?
Yeah, the ho.
Yeah, because I don't know, what does a reindeer sound like?
I don't know. I've never heard a reindeer. Have you?
No. Jimmy, do you know what a reindeer sounds like?
Other than when Rudolph talks in the movie.
I don't know what they sound like.
I don't know a particular noise that a deer makes or a reindeer makes.
All right.
Catch me, bitch.
And then this
Pull
sounds...
me, bitch. Just pulling a sleigh. I don't know.
This sounds fun. It says, don't forget, I guess December 3rd. Remind me on Friday, because that's when we talk about things going on this weekend. 1 o'clock is the Jupiter Beer, Wine, and Spirits Festival. And that's at Abaco Amphitheater. Hope to see you guys there. Tell Matt to bring his mom. She's cool. She is cool. You're right. It's a little shout out to Penny, my mother-in-law.
Very nice.
Yeah, so just give us a reminder on Friday because that's when we do things that are going on over the weekend.
Great. By the way, you mentioned the lighting. The Rockefeller lighting is tomorrow.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good guess. Who do we have on hold, Jimmy?
We have Babs on the line. Babs, welcome to the Penthouse.
Hey, the reason I'm calling is...
We're not hearing
Babs, we lost you.
Oh, shoot.
Here you go.
Okay.
You're back.
Okay. I'm calling because the reception in Boca is so bad in my car. I'm just wondering what I can do.
What section are you in Boca?
all over because I work at different places. So
Yeah, it doesn't really make a difference where you're at. You just got to download the iHeartRadio app if you can.
That's the best way to do it. That way you can take us anywhere.
Yeah.
Whether you're in Boca or you're in Miami, you're in New York, anywhere you are.
Yeah,
you can
you'll have
always
clear,
get us on the iHeartRadio app.
You'll have clear reception and just hook it up to your Bluetooth if you have it on in your car.
Sure.
yes, I do. Okay, thank you so much. I love listening to you guys.
Well, thanks for calling.
Thanks. If you're in Boca, stop by Strikes Friday and see us.
Thanks, Babs.
Appreciate it. It is the Penthouse. It is a Friday. No, it's not. It's Tuesday.
I was like, wait, we're supposed to be at Strikes.
Oh, my God. This week went fast. It is the Penthouse on a Tuesday. We'll come back with a trifecta and so much more. Peace.
Got something to say? We'll listen.
Hello.
Call now. 877-927-6969.
This is Rob Parker. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by InvisibleFence.com.
Panthers forward Matthew Tkachuk returned to Calgary for the first time since being traded tonight. Florida's dropped 5 of their last 6 after they lost to Edmonton last night. Dolphins preparing for a tough stretch of road games. It starts Sunday in San Francisco. Finns will also visit the Chargers and Bills. And it's win or go home for the United States at the World Cup. U.S. has to beat Iran today to advance to the round of 16. I'm Scott Davidson.
Invisible Fence Brand's mission is to keep pets happy and safe. Their containment systems are the most advanced on the market, giving your pet complete freedom and you confidence in their safety. Through December 15th, get $300 off your system when you schedule your free consultation at InvisibleFence.com.
From the Gordon Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. Plenty of sunshine through this afternoon with temperatures staying in the upper 70s and lower 80s for afternoon highs. An east breeze at 10 to 15 miles per hour, comfortable for this evening with temperatures overnight in the 60s and lower 70s by Wednesday morning with partly cloudy skies.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson. And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
No one has the same favorites as you. From the stations you love, to the podcasts you binge, to the artists you can't live without. Download the free iHeartRadio app and hear what you want, when you want, for free.
Real Radio 94.3. Catch us here.
Hey, it's Megan from Pillow Talk Podcast. You're invited to join me this Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. at the new Crumble Cookies in Delray Beach at 1911 South Federal Highway. Win prizes like Tortuga Music Festival tickets while you check out the new store, get some cookies, and register to win cookies for a year from Crumble Cookies.
Attention business owners. Imagine getting up to $26,000 per employee sent to you directly by the U.S. government. All businesses during COVID could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee through a CARES Act program. The fact is, all types of businesses, profit or nonprofit, are eligible. There is absolutely no cost to check your eligibility today. ERTC.com is the nation's leading company specializing in employee retention tax credits. Here is a real testimonial from an ERTC client.
We've got some good news. You're going to get $488,000 as a tax refund, which is not a loan, and you can use that in whatever way you'd like to.
Visit ERTC.com today, and in less than 5 minutes, our proprietary rebate calculator will show you how much money you could receive. Act now before the program closes or funds run out. Visit ERTC.com today. That's ERTC.com.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
At EasyCater, food for work is our thing. It's literally all we've done for 15 years. Whether you need to feed a meeting or the whole company, we're here to make sure the food is professionally delivered, on time, as ordered, and all within your budget. No wonder we get orders from 93% of Fortune 500 companies. Food for work is what we do, and no one knows it better. Order 24/7 from over 95,000 restaurants on EasyCater.com. EasyCater, food for work. That's our thing.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Hey, it's Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE.
In office, West Palm Beach.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop. Exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now 7 convenient locations. Visit GlassChamberFL.com for more.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Good morning. I-95 is up to speed right now as you make your way through Palm Beach County. The Turnpike also trouble-free after some earlier wrecks. And we do have a crash on Palmetto Park Road and 5th Avenue. Avoid that intersection for the time being. That's a look at traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. And the year on a hiring note. Indeed's end-to-end hiring.
You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Tuesday. A Giving Tuesday. Don't forget it. That is the message of the day. Give back. Do something nice to somebody. Could be even a cup of coffee, whatever it is. Buy him a lap dance. Do something. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hello.
And we're going to do a quick but effective trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's Trifecta.
There was a Monday Night Football game last. The Pittsburgh Steelers did win 24-17 over the Colts. They were underdogs by 2.5. Thank you, DraftKings. And the Steelers have one of the best records on Monday night with Coach Tomlin at the helm. I believe they are 15-4. Team USA is probably warming up as we speak because at 2 o'clock they play in the World Cup against Iran. That's 2 o'clock today, USA against Iran. If you want to root them on, maybe now's about the time you tell your boss, I don't really feel good. I might have to go home. Don't wait till 2 o'clock. You might know what's going on. College football rankings are coming out again tonight. Expect a little bit of a change. I do project Georgia to be 1, Michigan 2 after they slammed Ohio State, TCU 3, and USC number 4. And then we'll see what happens this weekend. There are the conference championships this weekend. All of them are out there. This could change a little. Georgia's playing LSU. They're a 17-point favorite as of today. If you like Georgia, bet them now because that line is going to go up. It's not going to go back down or stay at 17. I think you'll see maybe 19 or 18 when it keeps going. And that could change things. 34-17 at the end of the game. You never know. If you want the favorite, you don't want to give more points. And like I said, the money will come in on Georgia. And that is your trifecta in the noon hour. We talk a lot about, it's been out there a lot about tipping and people amount that they tip. And they also say with the inflation rate, people are getting less. And then a lot of times, there's apps or different things where they tell you what to tip, 20%, 30%, 25%, 30%. I think people tip less when they're asked to tip. What do you think, Franny? And I think some people don't even figure it out. They just throw it out there. You know what I'm saying? And then when they see it.
I mean, possibly. I think if you're going to tip well, you're going to tip well either way. But I do get, if somebody maybe had really great service and they may tip 25%, but they see that the option, is they automatically or whatever is 20%, they might just stick with that. And I've seen that before. But yeah, it's difficult because I think that if you're going to tip well, you're going to tip well either way. Because what I've seen with these options on these tablets, a lot of time it's 18, 20, 25.
Yeah.
And some people will tip 25 who normally wouldn't.
Yeah.
So it could go either way.
Yeah, and I think with inflation, when the prices are up, I think people also look at it like, wow, I'm paying more to eat. I don't have that much more to tip. We always talk about to-go things. Should you tip? Some people do, some people don't. That's a different variance.
I ran it out the other night for the first time where they actually asked me if I wanted to tip. I went in, we ordered a pizza via phone.
Okay.
I just went, picked it up, walked it out, and they said, and you play with a credit card, and I'm paying, and they said, you can add a tip there.
Yeah. Did you feel obligated?
I felt obligated that he asked, yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did, and I don't think that's an appropriate time to tip. I'm sorry, I could be a cheapskate on that one. I don't think they didn't do it. They just made the pie. I mean, it wasn't even served to a table.
Mm-hmm. No, we talk a lot about tipping and even in humidor, cigar. Like a guy will hand you a cigar or a woman. Did they get a tip?
Well, if they helped you out and recommended a cigar for possibly, but and that's the thing. I'm weird with the places that I tip and don't. Most of the time I do. Like Jimmy, in your situation, if they do hand me something, I will tip. Even a credit card receipt. If I'm picking up a pizza, I typically will tip because I know that there was somebody preparing it, even though they get paid hourly. I understand. I don't know how much they get paid. And there's somebody who's putting it, boxing it, and out there running the registers. I will, but I don't tip nearly as much as I would if I was being served by somebody. But yeah, so it looks like Starbucks is kind of doing the same thing. They have this new tipping system.
I was going to get to that.
And the servers are not happy about it, and neither are the customers. So this is more for the drive-through. So when you do go to a Starbucks, they have a little chip jar there where you can leave cash. Sure. Most of the time when I've actually done it with my credit card, I've never recall seeing tipping on the machine there. But I know on the app, when you do a mobile order,
it's there.
You got an option to leave a tip. But now they're saying at the drive-thru, they said they actually, instead of just taking your credit card, they give you the machine with your credit card in it, and it kind of, I guess they can't give it back to you unless you put no tip or tip on there.
Yeah.
And they give you the option to tip now.
And they said the employees don't like it either.
The employees don't like it. The customers are like, why don't you, Starbucks, you got enough money. We're paying a premium $1 for coffee. Pay them more instead of us having a tip. But they're saying it's been making it very uncomfortable. It prompts users for tips after ordering through the actual drive-through itself. So they have to. They said that I guess some TikToker who worked there was actually showing a series of embarrassed reactions while preparing to hand over a card reader to customers.
Sure.
because I guess the employee itself can't just take out the card or however it works. I haven't seen it yet and been like, well, if you're not going to leave a tip, it's fine. They have to present it to the person at the drive-thru.
And that's a little pressure. It feels a little like, you feel like you're getting put on the spot, obviously, because you feel,
Same thing that happened to me the other day. It was the same thing. It was you put your card in and you have the option there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even, sometimes when you go to Publix or something, they'll say, do you want to donate today to hunger? Or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but different though.
Yeah.
But I understand the pressure.
But
some
you
people,
still feel weird.
The pressure that some people feel. But yeah, even employee was like, sometimes I've literally been pressing no tip, even though they're not supposed to, before giving them the card reader because I really don't want to ask for a tip.
Yeah.
And that comes from an employee.
Yeah. I mean, if you're asking, I think that's tough. I mean, that's putting people on the spot. I don't think I'd be comfortable with that. Like, hey, can you give me a tip? You know what I mean? If they want to do it, they can do it. But I think when you're asking somebody, that's a little scumbity-ish.
And everybody's different. There's some people who are like, I love tipping my baristas. And then some people are like, pay them more. We shouldn't be tipping them. So
of course, you're
never going to get everybody on the same page.
But to me, it's different because they are hourly employees, not a. Well, I guess it's still hourly when you're a waiter, but a tipped employee. That category where you're only making what I don't know. What do they get now? $3 or $4 an hour. So it's to me that's different. I think that's a completely different category.
Yeah, I mean, again, at the end of the day, it's you as an individual. You shouldn't feel obligated to do, if you want to give a tip, you give a tip. That's it. I mean, that's what, and people most times, will give a nice tip. 20% is the one thing I always heard, growing up. That's a good tip where you give somebody 20% or whatever your bill is. $100, that's $20 for anybody who had a hard time with math. Jim, do we have somebody on hold?
Yeah, we do. We have Chris on the line. Hey, Chris, welcome to the Penthouse.
How you guys doing?
Good, Chris. How are you, sir?
Not too bad. So, Greek, I had hit you up a couple weeks in a row, just dipping my hand in this gambling world.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to let you know that gambling sucks, man.
Only when you lose.
Yeah. You were doing good, I thought, Chris, you were doing pretty good the other week.
Franny, don't rub it in, okay? I did go through, 2 weeks, and after that, I lost my ass. And I've noticed, Greek, now when I watch the games, just like you said, when I watch the game now, I don't enjoy it. It pisses me off. It really does.
Well, of course, because you have money on the line, and every play affects the game, and it affects your money. So if something doesn't work out for you, you're not going to be happy about it. Why would you be? I mean, Jordan Steinbrenner said, show me a good loser, I'll show you a loser. I mean, you're not going to be happy.
Oh, Greek, it's killing me week after week. I had the Colts last night. It just doesn't end, man.
And it won't end. Do you bet any of the sports besides football?
I mean, at this point, I'm scared to.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, just take a knee. And when you bet in the beginning, a lot of times they always say beginner's luck. You win in the beginning and you get a little bit of the bug. And you say, this is easy. This is fun. I can make money at this. But as time goes on, there's very few gamblers that are profitable throughout their career. Just do it for fun.
Oh, man,
just do it for fun. If you're doing it to make money or to make a living, it's not going to happen.
Greek, who loses money for fun? Oh, I forgot you do.
Yeah, me.
But no, I love the show. I will continue to listen. I can't wait to hear some of your picks for this week, Greek, so I can lay some things down. And you guys just keep up the good work. And Greek, I know you don't care, so just keep it up, brother.
I appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. I won't change. Don't get in trouble with
He
gambling.
won't start caring.
I know.
Don't get in trouble with gambling, please.
Jimmy at realradio921.com. Jimmy at realradio921.com. It's a great way to interact with the show, just like Kevin did. Jimmy, regarding the possible Xmas contest, deer do make a grunting noise during the rut, and they're in the mood for love.
Interesting.
The bucks will make a deep grunting noise that is used to lure in mates while scaring off competitors. Tell Greek to look it up. He might add grunting to his skill set.
There
so
you go.
apparently that is a noise, according to Kevin, that reindeer make during mating season. So we could have a grunt off.
So reindeer grunt.
Or not.
Yeah, we gotta look it up. I gotta hear this grunt.
I think the whole
Because it doesn't sound like a Greek grunt, because you grunt a lot. So I mean, do you sound like a reindeer, or is it a different kind of grunt?
I don't know. What is
there was
that?
a grunt.
Was that a grunt? Was that a grunt?
Lots of grunts.
Yep.
Those are grunts.
Yeah.
For people following at home, if you didn't know, I was gonna say, what's a grunt? It's just a sound I make. It's not a good sound or a bad sound. Just something comes out. I like the ho 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 for Santa Claus. I think that's more across the board for everybody. But we'll figure it out. We'll debate it.
Yeah, we got some time.
The turkey thing was a big hit. I mean, you guys really primed the pump on that. There were some really good turkeys. You guys really should take a bow and get an Oscar. I was very impressed by a lot of the turkey sounds that you guys made. 877-927-6969. If you feel any pressure to have to tip, or if you've ever been in a situation where you're like, I gave a tip and I just didn't know if it was good enough or whatever, let us know. Call us. On to-go food, that's always been something that people have debated back and forth. I think it's either something you do or you don't. But do you feel pressure when you're getting something and somebody's like, hey, here's the amount of money that you could tip from us?
Well, here's a tip for you. Maybe be careful what you do around your sofa, because it'll tell on you. It looks like that there was...
wow. I didn't buy the talking sofa option. I didn't get that one.
I mean...
I got a new sofa.
What a
this
rat.
past summer.
You know what they say? What do they say? Snitches get stitches? Yeah, that's what they say. And it looks like sofas are talking, and I'm just kidding. They did. It was a research commissioned by Sofaology to launch, they said to celebrate the launch of its staple-free sofa that they're going to be doing. And so they were talking about what your sofas witness. So the average home keeps their sofa for 8 years.
Okay.
All right? Is that the same number? Is it 8 years for beds too? That sounds about right. Is it 10 years?
I think it was similar, 8 to 10 years.
Yeah, something like that. So I guess the average home keeps their sofa for 8 years.
Most beds last longer than most relationships.
They say that sofas witness 311 arguments.
A week or a year?
That time that they're there, 8 years.
Oh, 8 years.
In those 8 years, 311 arguments. They suffer 316 drink spillages.
That I could see.
They've been the site of 286 makeup sessions.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow.
Yeah, I guess with the 311 arguments, right?
That's why they only last 8 years.
Wear and tear.
Hey, get in a bed for that.
They've been the location of 401 naps.
That I could see.
And they play the host to 8,508 hours of TV time. So that's what they say. According to your sofa, a typical couch will be subjected to 65 scribbles from kids. And they said we'll see 269 times of people passed out on them after a drunken night out.
How many? 269?
269.
In 8 years.
In 8 years. Some people bring up that average more than others.
Yes.
See pictures my husband takes of me.
You're so funny.
Yeah.
Have you ever come home and had a couple and you're on the couch and then he pulls you up and picks you up and puts you in bed?
No. He leaves me on the couch.
No,
I'm going to go into bed and snore.
Yeah.
No, you wake up and you're like, how'd I get here?
Nope. I'm on the couch. Yeah, so that's I found that quite interesting. That
it is when you break
can
it down.
figure out how much, your couch has seen over 8 years.
That is unbelievable that your couch witnesses all those different things. The spills, I could see. No doubt about it. You can see people spilling stuff all the time. The arguments, the naps, the sex, the whole thing. Your couch is there. 8 years. That's pretty long, though. That's a long time if you really think about it. Like I said,
For a sofa? Not for me.
No?
Yeah, we just replaced the one that we've had for years and years. I don't know how long we've had it. 20?
Wow, that's good.
And I got that used.
Yeah? Well, that's good, though. I mean, you know what? Didn't have a lot of wear and tear.
No.
Yeah.
No, it was good.
Yeah. But I think a lot of times, like, you never know how long anything's going to last. And sometimes people just say, I'm tired of it. I want to get rid of it.
Well, it just depends, right?
Yeah,
if we don't let our dogs on our couch. And I think if you have a lot of dogs, if you have a lot of kids, if you have a lot of people in your household in general, the wear and tear is going to be a little bit more than if there's just a couple of you in the house.
Yeah. There's no doubt about it. I have a couch in my place that I had in my office, at my house, and It's, I don't know, 6 years old, looks brand new. But nobody's ever on it. I mean, the pillows, that's about it. 877-927-6969. Giving Tuesday is today. Let us know if you're planning to do something special for somebody or if you've done something for, some kind of a donation or to anybody that you want to help out. It's Giving Tuesday.
Hey, Freddie, yesterday you brought up, or was it Greek? I'm sorry, I don't want to take away credit. The Jay Leno was back doing stand-up. Apparently he was outside of one of the places he was going to, and he was cracking jokes even out there. A couple of these are pretty funny.
Never thought of myself as a roast comic. Hey, thank you. We got 2 shows tonight, regular and extra crispy. Okay.
Wow.
Poking fun.
That's funny.
That's good, and you can poke fun at yourself like that. That was pretty good. I thought you'd like those too.
They were funny.
Yeah, apparently he was, let's see, where was that at? That was in Hermosa Beach, California. He was at a comedy club the other night, and somebody caught him on his way into the club. And he had those couple of jokes there. Something that isn't a joke, if you go to realradio921.com, realradio921.com, and if you look under the Penthouse blog, I posted a video there earlier, and another hero in blue, a Florida officer is being hailed a hero after she jumped into a retention pond to rescue a drowning infant. So very simple. She was responding to a call. A young child was drowning in a retention pond behind a bunch of apartment complex. And this is the video that I posted is her body cam of her getting out of the police car and going out and running to where they were and going in and rescuing the infant and then performing CPR until another officer came by to continue the CPR. The thing about it, she doesn't know how to swim.
Oh, wow.
The officer didn't know how to swim herself. So, I mean, that just goes to show you another hero in blue. That,
Thank God.
Hey, it doesn't matter. Let me run in. I got to find this child. And, thankfully, the infant wasn't too deep and was able. The body cam goes underwater. I don't think her head ever did, but it doesn't matter. She still just didn't know where it was and was able to bring the child out.
What a
and
hero.
Saved the child's life. It was just absolute amazing. RealRadio921.com under the Penthouse blog. You can check out that video.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
And like you said, so heroic. You can't swim and you jump in the water.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
And I posted a few things on there, too. One is going to be the Florida that you'll get at 1 o'clock. And that was what happened at the Phantom Fireworks in Melbourne, which is insane footage.
I got to check that out.
Yeah.
Because that's just amazing. I
is.
can only imagine the carnage that was at that.
Oh, yeah. It is nutty. We also have that AC/DC TikTok trend that's surfacing where people play the guitar to Back in Black, and then you get smashed in the head with a frying pan.
Did you watch that? Did you find an embeddable version of that we can put up there? Good, because I couldn't find one.
There's so many different versions on TikTok. Yeah, so it's quite interesting. They're wearing a helmet. It's not like they're getting bashed with a frying pan without a helmet on.
The one I watched, it was a knight's helmet. Like a knight from medieval times, that type of a helmet. And I mean, when he gets smashed in the head, I mean, she is winding up like a baseball bat with that thing and wailing on him. That's not just hitting him.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if she was like, hey, I want to do this as a TikTok trend. I think she was like letting some anger out on that homeboy.
Definitely.
It's insane.
There's no doubt.
Yeah,
there was anger.
There was a couple cute ones that were done too with like a row of guys and they were using water bottles and they were actually like rhythmically in sync, which so it was pretty cool. Yeah. So I posted that. I also posted, if you have not been on there yet, they're doing it again. So McDonald's has done this a few times where they give out McGold cards. And so if you have the McDonald's app, it's starting December 3rd. I give you how you can receive McDonald's for life with the McGold card.
Wow.
So it's a limited availability. You can go and check it out. And the card looks awesome. I mean, it's
What's
just like
your dream?
McDonald's for life.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then there is this guy who he is an athlete from Spain, Roberto Rodriguez, and this just sounds insane, and it looks insane because I watched it. So he just got a Guinness World Record for
having sex in public?
No.
Okay.
For open hand slapping, open hand, but he smashed open 39 watermelons in 1 minute.
Wow.
Just by open hand.
Jeez.
Right?
Yeah, invite him to your next barbecue.
Or don't.
Or don't, right? I know.
You're going to kick my ass.
He should get involved with the new UFC league where people are slapping people.
Oh, he might bust somebody's skull open if he'd smash open that many watermelons in a minute. 39 in a minute.
Damn.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
That is crazy. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Tuesday. And what we have coming up at you at the top of the hour are Florida stories, which you guys give Franny. She puts them in a blender, puts them together, and spins them out. What do you got, Franny?
Yeah, so I have that crazy thing that happened in Melbourne, Florida. There is also an incident that happened with the guy with the biggest neck ever that I've ever seen. He got busted again. I got an update on that dude. We have some married speed eaters talking about Guinness Book of World Records that comes straight here from Florida. And a guy who used a sex toy and not the way you're supposed to. I'll fill you in on all the details when we get back on Real Radio 92.1.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. Plenty of sunshine through this afternoon with temperatures staying in the upper 70s and lower 80s for afternoon highs. An east breeze at 10 to 15 miles per hour, comfortable for this evening with temperatures overnight in the 60s and lower 70s by Wednesday morning with partly cloudy skies.
This report is sponsored by Reese Windows and Doors. Reese Windows installs most windows faster than other companies in Florida at just 6 to 8 weeks. That's right, just 6 to 8 weeks. Reese Impact windows are affordable, hurricane-resistant, energy-efficient, and come with a lifetime warranty that transfers when you sell. Go to reesewindows.com. That's reesewindows.com.
Greek's Trifecta is sponsored by Ernest S. Orphanis, DDS, the man who can give you that $1 million smile.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Hey, it's the Greek. Your smile is the first thing people see, and I have the guy who can give you that $1 million smile.
Thanks, Greek. I'm Dr. Ernest Orphanos, a board-certified periodontist, and I can give you that perfect smile. My staff and I will make you feel comfortable and relaxed during your procedure. We do what's called Teeth in the Day, where you get implants and teeth that very same day, all phases of dental implants. And as a multi-specialty office, we are capable of meeting and exceeding all of your needs. Please call our office at 561-477-7171.
Why do you buckle up when you get in your truck? Maybe you do it to get home safely to your loved ones, or because you take your job as a professional driver seriously, or because you want to follow the law to stay safe. Remember, it doesn't matter how long you've been driving, or even if it's a quick trip. Wear your seatbelt to stay safe on the road. Learn more at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. That's www.sharetheroadsafely.gov. And remember to buckle up when you get behind the wheel. Paid for by FMCSA.
Smell that wonderful smell? Open the box to find a treat no child or adult can resist. It's cupcakes from Small Cakes of Royal Palm Beach. Located next to Target on Okeechobee Boulevard, we start baking before you get out of bed. Our frosting and decorating while you're getting ready and sliding them into the case just as you pull up. Be it a special occasion or just a special person, Small Cakes bakes over 18 different flavors every day for all to enjoy. We'll be waiting for you with ice cream on the side and a cherry on top.
Have you ever felt depressed about work, only to have your dad be like, "Why are you so down?" So you told him you hate your job, and he said, "Well, you better talk yourself out of it." And then you thought, I love to talk. I could host a podcast. And then you went to Spreaker from iHeart and started a podcast and got good at it, then monetized it, then quit your boring job, then told your dad, "Thanks for the advice." And he was like, "Well, that's not what I meant, and I don't understand what a podcast is, but you seem happy, so that's great, kiddo." You ever do that? Well, you could. At Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker. Ask your dad. You actually don't.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Every week, hundreds of thousands of fans download the popular Stuff They Don't Want You to Know podcast to get to the bottom of popular culture's biggest myths. And now, the Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book separates conspiracy fact from conspiracy theory, from biological testing to our endless fascination with the Kennedy assassination. This holiday season, give the gift that explains the unexplainable. The Stuff They Don't Want You to Know book. Available now. Order at StuffYouShouldReadBooks.com or wherever you buy your books.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Getting you up to speed on traffic on Real Radio.
Good morning. We have a crash on 95 northbound at Yamato Road. We have some brake lights approaching that area. Other than that, I-95 up to speed both directions between Delray and West Palm. It's only about a 16-minute drive for you there. The Turnpike also trouble-free after some earlier crashes. That's traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by Blue Stream Fiber. HOA and condo board members. Make your job easier and bring the fastest, most reliable fiber internet and TV service to your residential community with Blue Stream Fiber, because no one complains about great internet and TV. Visit BlueStreamFiber.com/Volt today.
The Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys Studios.
Have you been in an accident? Call Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE. WZZR West Palm Beach, an iHeartRadio station.
Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. You're listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yes, you're back in The Penthouse on a Tuesday. It's a Giving Tuesday. So do something nice for somebody. Maybe get them a coffee. Car wash. How about that? Damn it. Give back. Give back. Lap dance. One or the above. Do anything. Or maybe make a donation to your favorite charity, which is always nice. Or you can give somebody a little bit of a little tap on the old keister. Whatever you want to do, it is Giving Tuesday.
Make sure it's consensual.
Of course. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And of course, Franny's here.
Hello, hello.
And it is time for some Florida stories.
Florida.
Florida.
Did you say
Florida? I'm from Florida.
WTF.
what the Florida?
Yep, so we are going to start in Sun Island Motel in St. Petersburg, where it looked like a couple was having a mini vacation, and they got in an altercation around 4:40 in the morning. Nothing good happens after midnight. Is that what they say, or is it 2 o'clock in the morning?
I think 2.
It's 2 a.m.?
But whatever.
Whatever. The older I get, it's midnight.
Nothing good happens after 9.
Yep.
Nothing good happens after 6.
So
nothing good after 5.
Christopher Pasito and the 33-year-old unnamed victim were inside of the room, as I mentioned, when an argument started. And according to the arrest affidavit, Pasito was packing his suitcase to leave the room when he decided he was going to start throwing things from the suitcase. at the victim. So I guess he's just grabbing things out of the luggage, just tossing and tossing. So during the process, the woman told police that Pasito hit her with a sex toy on her torso.
Oh, boy.
In fact, specifically, it was a dildo. Yep.
Are they sure?
Yep. It was a dildo.
Could have been a potato peeler.
There's definitely a difference between a potato peeler.
Not much.
You haven't been in a kitchen, have you?
Not much.
Not much.
Or the bedroom.
Without a doubt.
So they said
As little as possible.
It hit her so hard that it actually left a bruise on her stomach area.
Oh, that's not right.
When questioned by cops, Pasito admitted to throwing items at her, but he does not recall exactly what he threw at her. The sex toy in question it left a mark, and that's what they're saying. That's like, yeah, that's
no
gotta
name
be
for
it.
the sex toy.
And the guy's a big dude, so now I understand him. He's 6'2", 300 pounds.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be throwing anything at anybody, but he lobbed that at her hard enough to where it left a mark. The cops did say that he was under the influence of alcohol and was arrested for domestic battery. Yeah. He looks very proper in his mugshot. Like, he's got like a suit and tie on and stuff.
Oh, he's probably dressed for success.
Were you on your way? He's a professional engineer who lives in Fort Myers.
Oh, they got needs to.
It's a little staycation, about 110 miles south of St. Petersburg. That's where they live. And then we have that Florida guy. He went viral, and he got arrested again. And the part sucks that he got arrested, but the part that sucks is what he did. Well, he got arrested on stalking charges. But the reason, like, well, why is it you bringing it back up? Charles McDowell, we talked about him a handful of years ago. He's a Pensacola man because he gained more than 1 million followers on social media after his mugshot from his 2018 arrest. People want to be friends with this guy because they're like, man, look at that neck. So that's what happened. This guy has got the biggest neck. I don't know if he can get a Guinness Book of World Records, but McDowell was arrested committed the offense in August. Well, they finally were able to arrest him this past weekend. He did put out a rap song under the name Wide Neck, too. So if you want to check that out.
Keep it all in the family.
I don't know if we want to support somebody who stalks people, but a criminal. But he does have a Wide Neck single out there if you want to listen to his music. And then we have a married couple.
Wow, that's thick.
That is a thick neck.
That's the name of the song? I think that was the name of the song.
That was just Wide Neck. It was Wide Neck. And then we have a Florida couple who are competitive eaters, and they broke Guinness Book of World Records just recently. Mickey Sudo, the female, ate an entire burrito in less than 32 seconds, breaking the previous record by almost a second. In the same day, she broke another record for eating the most hot dogs in 1 minute. She downed 6 hot dogs, which is doubling the record in 1 minute. And then her husband, Nicholas Wiry, ate 12 hot dogs in 3 minutes, beating the previous record. So the couple's known as the Hungry Couple. They met 4 years ago. They were working out at the gym before a competitive eating event and just fell in love.
Nice.
And now they compete together and against each other all the time, they said. So they actually are ranked 3rd and 4th in the world at any given contest that they're at.
Imagine dinner with those two. I bet you can eat that quicker than you. There's like a steak there. Whoop, I got it.
Yep. And then finally here, go to realradio921.com. Very crazy situation that happened yesterday in Melbourne at the Phantom Fireworks. It looks like a SUV and a truck collided with each other. There was a crash, went out of control. The SUV ends up going straight into the Phantom Fireworks. And that's when all hell broke loose. They said a massive fire spread quickly from firework to firework until there were exploding fireworks all over the place. Out the windows, the entire building was on fire. Unfortunately, the person in the SUV did not make it. It was fatal for them. The person of the other vehicle did, and the employees who were in the Phantom Fireworks were able to escape out of the building. But yeah, they said these massive flames and plumes of smoke could be seen by thousands of drivers on I-95, and a lot of people did post stuff. So you can check that out. That is realradio921.com on the Penthouse blog. And that is You're What the Florida.
Great job, Francis. We do it twice a show, 11:05 and 1:05. You guys are out there doing all the craziness. We put it all together, drop it in the blender, and give it back to you. So this Sunday, I am doing something for the first time I have never done. Can't even remember if I've ever done it, but I don't think I ever had it. I am going to a wedding for the first time by myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I did have the chance to bring somebody, but I declined.
You chose not to?
Chose not to.
Okay.
And it's going to be a very, I hope I catch the flower or the bouquet, but it's going to be a weird situation going to a wedding for the first time by myself. Have you ever gone to a wedding by yourself? Do you think of?
No.
Jimmy, have you?
I have not.
Yeah, buddy of mine, he lived in Michigan, and I was alone at the time. And when he got married, I flew up to his wedding, and I was alone, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the first time that I am doing that, and looking forward to the wedding, obviously, and for them to have a great.
It's local. The wedding's local.
Yes, it is local, and I'm looking forward to them having a great life together. These two, but it is. They called me this morning. They're like, "Greek, are you sure? You're sure?" I said, "Yeah. I'll be there, but I'm coming alone." So it's gonna be different. See what I'll probably sit at a table with 4 couples, and then me. I'll be there hanging out.
Sometimes they do a singles table.
Yeah, they
Sometimes
may.
when they find out that multiple people are going to be going single, then they'll do that. So you can mingle together.
Yeah, and I didn't want to bring somebody that I'm just seeing casually because, I don't want them to pay for another person. I don't think that's right.
You're friends with the father of the bride, correct?
Yes.
So, I mean, there's going to be other people there that you know.
Oh, sure.
I would think, right?
Yeah. I don't think I'll be sitting with them, though. You know what I mean? But there might be some people that I know at the wedding, which would be nice, like I said. A couple hours in and out, whatever. But it's just it's a weird feeling going on by yourself, like I said. I never did it. And as you get older, there are things that you never do. You're like, wow, I never did that. But who knows? Maybe it'll be a different approach to things.
Maybe you may meet somebody.
You never know.
You never know.
You never know who you meet when you're out there. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow's a new day, and every day's a new canvas. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Tuesday. We're going to come back with some more craziness and nonsense that you get every day from us. And don't forget, after us, it's the News Junkie, and then it's the Greek Zone tonight, and then Lex and Terry. We'll be back in a few minutes. Peace.
Real Radio is the News Junkie.
A man is in trouble for making sexual contact with his dog. Edward Dare, 35-year-old man.
Should have picked Truth.
The News Junkie. Weekday afternoons at 2 on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. Plenty of sunshine through this afternoon with temperatures staying in the upper 70s and lower 80s for afternoon highs. An east breeze at 10 to 15 miles per hour, comfortable for this evening with temperatures overnight in the 60s and lower 70s by Wednesday morning with partly cloudy skies.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson. And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall. If you're allergic to pork or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's the Greek for Strike Cigar Lounge, home of Greek Cigar 2022. Upscale cigar lounge, downtown Boca Raton. A humidor with over 500 cigars to choose from. Stop into the lounge or the patio to enjoy a perfect atmosphere with friends. Handmade cocktails, premier liquors, great place to enjoy friends or any sporting event. It's Greek Cigar 2022, and Strike Cigar Lounge is the home. Puff, puff, baby. Strike Cigar Lounge. Get there today. Peace.
Real Radio 94.3. Catch us here.
Hey, it's Megan from Pillow Talk Podcast. You're invited to join me this Friday from 11 to 1 p.m. at the new Crumble Cookies in Delray Beach at 1911 South Federal Highway. Win prizes like Tortuga Music Festival tickets while you check out the new store, get some cookies, and register to win cookies for a year from Crumble Cookies.
The Glass Chamber, your local smoke shop. Exotic sodas, Delta 8, Puffco, and the newest disposables. If you're not shopping at Glass Chamber, can you really consider yourself a smoker? With the latest and greatest in the industry, why wouldn't you? Now 7 convenient locations. Visit glasschamberfl.com for more.
The hugs, the joy, even the sleepless nights. Whatever you get from parenthood, you always want to give your children everything. And the UNest app makes it easy to save for their future. The UNest app puts smart investing tools right in the palm of your hand. Plus, you'll grow your UNest account with every purchase you make from over 150 top brands like Disney Plus and DoorDash. Start building your child's financial future. Download the UNest app from the App Store or Google Play. See terms and conditions at unest.co. That's UNEST.co.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, and I'm still mad at timeshare companies. For over a decade, I've been fighting to clean up the timeshare industry by getting folks out of bad timeshares. But after all those battles, I'm still asked, how do they sell timeshares for $25,000 when they're available online for only $1? Here's how they do it. They lie. They tell you timeshare is a great investment. You can go anywhere, anytime, or your maintenance fees will never go up. Everything they do to get you to sign is part of a well-planned trap. If you've ever been held hostage at a timeshare presentation and bought, Wesley Financial Group is here to help. To date, we've canceled timeshares for over 16,000 families. I guarantee you this. If we take you as a client, we will cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call now for your free timeshare cancellation guide. 800-887-1010. That's 800-887-1010. 800-887-1010.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In office, West Palm Beach. We put all your music, radio stations, and podcasts in one easy-to-use app, and we made it completely free because, well, let's face it, you have other things to do with your money. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Let's see what's up with traffic on Real Radio.
From the Racetrack Traffic Center.
Good morning. We have a crash on 95 northbound at Yamato Road. We have some brake lights approaching that area. Other than that, I-95 up to speed both directions between Delray and West Palm. It's only about a 16-minute drive for you there. The Turnpike also trouble-free after some earlier crashes. That's traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson. And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Newt Gingrich here, and I'd like to invite you to listen to my podcast, Newt's World. Most people know me as the former Speaker of the House, but I'm also a historian with a wide range of interests. I enjoy talking with experts in their field and the most interesting people across a variety of subjects. I release 4 episodes of Newt's World every week with an effort to
One and 101.7. Real talk for the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast. listening to The Penthouse. Now back to The Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Woo-hoo-hoo. You're back in the Penthouse, baby, on a Tuesday. It is a Giving Tuesday.
Damn it, give back.
Damn it, give back. Love that kid. Jimmy is in the house.
Hello, and good afternoon.
That's the kid I'm referring to.
I thought you were talking about yourself.
We know what kid you were talking about. Don't worry. That's okay. That one.
I thought I slid it in. And
That's what she said.
Good afternoon to the one and only queen of the show. Good afternoon, Francis.
Hello, hi. What's up?
She's not the queen.
I know. I know who the queen is on this show. I do. I also know through reading a few things. I'll take princess. Princess is fine. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure being queen.
Take, court jester.
Yeah, there you go. G-Man can remain the queen.
Bingo.
So,
I wear my crown well.
I know you do.
There's like 4 back to back.
This has turned into a 3-minute promo.
Boom, boom, boom.
Well, Your Royal Highness, these are times when you should or should not travel for the holidays. We told you Thanksgiving, and now we're going into planning travel for Christmas. In fact, today isn't Tuesday travel deals or something?
Today,
Travel Tuesday.
Travel Tuesday, where you can get some really incredible deals. Actually, one of my apps was like the first thing that popped up on my notifications at 6 this morning going, you can travel here and here and here and here for really inexpensive. And it was very tempting, but I did not buy any trips. But this is it. So if you haven't booked any flights yet and you're maybe thinking about booking today, choosing to leave the Monday before the holidays can actually save you 20 to 30% on average.
That's a lot.
If you leave, the Monday before. That is a lot.
I'm just saying.
Wow. Great participation. That's a lot.
30%.
The most popular air travel days for Christmas departures will be December 17th, the 22nd, the 23rd, and the 16th, in that order.
Okay.
All right? 17th, 22nd, 23rd, and 16th. Those are the most popular air travel days for Christmas. So plan to fly before December 22nd, since that day and the 23rd will be utter chaos, they say, since those are back-to-back days that are just going to be nutty. Even though they claim that the 17th and 16th is going to be pretty crazy, too. For road travel, the best time to avoid congestion on the roads is Christmas Day, which I know a lot of people probably don't want to travel on Christmas Day. You want to be where you're at. As for the worst times, will be between noon to 6 on December 23rd and 2 to 6 p.m. on December 24th. So those are just times, and it's just AAA always puts this together. And they talk about train travel. I don't know many people who travel by train, but some people do. Actually, my girlfriend, I lied. My girlfriend and her husband just traveled to Tampa to see their kids by train. It was nice. Thanks for asking.
How was that? I really don't care.
I know.
I thought I'd throw it out there.
It was nice.
Makes it sound good.
How was that? Did they have a nice trip?
Oh, my God.
Who the hell cares?
Yeah. But December, if you're going to travel by train, December 17th to the 19th are going to be the busiest, hopping on the locomotive. Yes, when it comes to travel. So plan your traveling accordingly, especially if you're buying tickets today, if you're trying to save on deals.
You ever do a long distance trip on a train? And I'm not talking Brightline. Brightline's a completely different story. You're going like here to Miami. It's great. It's luxury. They got a beautiful card that you can get the VIP and everything in. Ever do a long trip? I did a 12-hour trip.
Yeah, was
not
it?
fun.
No.
Where'd you go? Do you remember?
It was I was returning home from Charlotte back to New Jersey, and it
was tough.
Because as soon as you get going, I was kind of doing it on heartbroken thing. Somebody was moving away.
Okay.
That I didn't like that. That was bad part of it. So it was like kind of leaving somebody behind.
Oh, that's hard,
life, right? So it was a combination of that and the fact that it's just. What normally should be such a shorter trip in a car, you stop after stop after stop after stop, and it takes so much longer because of that. And I don't know, it just was not fun.
So you probably wouldn't do it again, is what you're saying, unless you had to.
I would do it. Well, I think it could be good if you're in like a tourist type of a situation, right? Because they talk about those over in Europe. They're supposed to be a lot of fun, where you're going from city to city as a tourist type thing.
I have done that.
That could be a lot of fun. Yeah,
I have been
from the California area too.
Well, no. So California,
Salt Lake City or something.
No. So
where did you
California,
do it?
we did a wine train in Napa, but that was just it just goes to the wineries and the vineyards.
Okay.
But we traveled. I'm like, wait a second. It's just. I have
done so much
I have
traveling.
such short-term memory. So we traveled by train from the top of Italy to basically down to the heel.
Right.
No, but we went because we started in Milan and we took the fast train. I didn't think about it like that because the train was so damn fast. We got everywhere quickly, but it was going a very long
That is
distance.
pretty though.
And we did we took two different trains. So one from one place to I think
Okay.
Florence, and then we did Florence to Sorrento or to Naples.
Right.
And then rented a car after that. But it was pretty, but it goes so fast. I was just like, all right, there goes the landscape just going really fast by you.
And that's why I want to like kind of sort of half retract that because I mean that was a while ago, and that was the way you traveled by train was. But now that we've got Brightline, that's going to go up to like Orlando, and then eventually, hopefully, they're talking about going over to Tampa. I mean that with high speed rail, I think it would be obviously a different experience because obviously you're making better time than even driving. So
my girlfriend took Amtrak, and she's done it a couple times already because her daughter moved to the Tampa area, and so that's the way she's been taking it to travel instead of driving. And she said she's been enjoying it. She said that they have a bar and everything too, so you can drink. It's not as nice as the Brightline is, but she says it's nice enough for the cost.
Yeah, I wonder,
she's done it a few times.
Like 4 hours, I think, by train. Somebody I know just went to Tampa after a time.
Which isn't that much longer than it is to
You're driving,
drive.
it's 3 hours.
Yeah.
I remember our old boss used to do it all the time, every weekend.
Yeah.
For years.
I bet that's not nearly as bad. And again, this is the time frame is about 1996. So we're talking quite a while ago.
Yeah.
I'm sure the trains are updated now a little bit better. And like I said, you got stuff like the VIPs that you can get on Brightline.
Yeah.
You can have a cocktail or something to eat.
Even
and,
Amtrak,
it's,
she said,
it's much nicer. And then of course everybody's got Wi-Fi and your
Yeah, and you
telephone.
weren't in a good frame of mind.
Well,
too.
that was another part
That's
of it.
a part
too,
of it.
But it's still, the biggest thing about it was stop, start,
sure.
because there's so many stops along the way, and it feels like it takes forever just simply because of that. But yeah, I'm sure modern day travel by train's much better.
Yeah, I'm looking right now, and they have the Amtrak has lounge access. You get private rooms, complimentary meals,
Private room.
You get a car attendant. I think these are all like with upgrades.
What are you doing?
I know a lot of
are you
people
doing?
have done it over the years from Jersey, the auto train. People like that.
Yeah.
They
Getting
I've
their
done
car
it.
down here.
Yeah, I know a lot of people have done that. They said that was a lot of fun. I think it lets you off in the like Orlando area or up there, maybe Tallahassee, some area for New Jersey. I know a couple people have taken that. And they said that was pretty good. But like you said, it matters the time, where you're going.
And your mindset.
Yeah, and your mindset.
Well, and nowadays, it's probably a much better train and the thing too.
It varies. Like I said, it's got to be, again, it's something different. If you never did, it's not probably something to do cool. You say, hey, I'm going to take a train. I haven't taken a train in a long time. For me, it'd be a subway. I've never taken a subway. I might want to do that one time, maybe during the holidays. It is the Penthouse, and it is a Given Tuesday. Don't forget back.
That's a train.
I had no clue. I've never taken it, so how do I know? I walk by and I look down. I go, what the hell's down there? What is that? I'm not taking that. It is the Penthouse. We'll be back with a trifecta and a lot more. Peace.
You're listening to Real Radio, available everywhere you want to listen. Yeah, even there. On our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
From the Gordon & Partners Weather Center, have you or a loved one been injured through no fault of your own? Call 561-333-3333 or go to fortheinjured.com.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. Plenty of sunshine through this afternoon with temperatures staying in the upper 70s and lower 80s for afternoon highs. An east breeze at 10 to 15 miles per hour, comfortable for this evening with temperatures overnight in the 60s and lower 70s by Wednesday morning with partly cloudy skies.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz podcast.
This is Ben Ferguson.
And this is Ted Cruz. Together we do our podcast, Verdict with Ted Cruz, 3 times a week. Want to know what's going on behind closed doors in the Senate, the White House, the courts?
If you do, download Verdict with Ted Cruz on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's the Greek for Joseph's Classic Market, one of my favorite spots, where great meals begin. If you love to eat well, Joseph's Classic Market has it all. Fresh produce, meats, seafood, deli, pizza, bakery, and prepared foods. And Joseph's offers catering for all special events. Boca Raton, Delray, and Palm Beach Gardens. Joseph's Classic Market is also hiring for all positions. Joseph's Classic Market, where great meals begin, proud sponsor of Greek's Gridiron. I don't start a day without going to Joseph's Classic Market. Peace.
Attention business owners. Imagine getting up to $26,000 per employee sent to you directly by the U.S. government. All businesses during COVID could be eligible for a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee through a CARES Act program. The fact is, all types of businesses, profit or nonprofit, are eligible. There is absolutely no cost to check your eligibility today. ERTC.com is the nation's leading company specializing in employee retention tax credits. Here is a real testimonial from an ERTC client.
We've got some good news. You're going to get $488,000 as a tax refund, which is not a loan, and you can use that in whatever way you'd like to.
Visit ERTC.com today, and in less than 5 minutes, our proprietary rebate calculator will show you how much money you could receive. Act now before the program closes or funds run out. Visit ERTC.com today. That's ERTC.com.
Hi, I'm Dana Schwartz, host of the hit podcast Noble Blood. Join me on my new podcast, Stealing Superman, for a deep dive into the shocking true crime saga of the theft of a priceless comic book from the home of Nicolas Cage.
Someone targeted this very specific, very talented actor and stole something that is very specific to his interest.
Listen to Stealing Superman on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-897-4400. That's 800-897-4400.
Let me guess. Unknown caller? You could reduce the number of unwanted calls and emails with online privacy protection. The latest innovation from Discover will help regularly remove your personal info, like your name and address, from 10 popular people search websites that could sell your data. And we'll do it for free. Activate in the Discover app. See terms and learn more at discover.com/online privacy protection.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREON info.com.
This view was worth a hike.
Right? And it's a good way to stay on top of my health.
Yes, I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. Have you screened for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. It's more treatable when caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Cologuard is non-invasive and it's used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit Cologuard.com.
I'm in.
If you are ready to begin your journey to optimal health, wellness, and beauty, well, then you have to go see my friends over at Begin Anew Med Spa. Hey, this is Franny, and I initially started my journey at Begin Anew because I wasn't getting quality sleep and I was lacking energy throughout the day. Well, after extensive lab work, Sam, their wellness guru, found out my deficiencies and got me on supplements and peptides, and they really have turned my life around. Not only did Begin Anew get me feeling incredible on the inside, but they also got me feeling more confident on the outside. I've had Botox, the game-changing Morpheus 8 treatment, and I just started my laser hair removal sessions. In fact, this week I am going for round 2 of laser hair removal. They truly have everything all under one roof for the latest in wellness and aesthetic anti-aging solutions. So for this holiday season, take care of yourself by letting their highly skilled medical professionals take care of you. Check them out today at beginanewmed.com. That's beginanewmed.com.
Here's traffic on Real Radio.
Good morning. We have a crash 95 northbound at Yamato Road with the right lane blocked. Your brake lights start after Glades. Other than that, no major delays on I-95 in both directions through Palm Beach Gardens and West Palm. The Turnpike also full speed. That's a look at traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
This report is sponsored by Verdict with Ted Cruz.
Penthouse. Now back to the Penthouse on Real Radio 92.1 and 101.7.
Yeah, you're in the best house in the pen. Yes, why? It's the Penthouse, baby. Always the best view anywhere. Jimmy's in the house.
Hello and good afternoon.
And Francis is here.
Hello, what's going on?
And it's time for a trifecta.
Riders up. It's Creek's trifecta.
Well, about 20 minutes and change, USA will be taking a field against Iran at 2 o'clock in the World Cup. You could hear the fans cheering already.
Yeah.
My God, Jimmy's got them mic'd up. They sounded good. Can we hear them again?
USA.
Damn it, give back. Hopefully they do beat Iran today. They're playing at 2 o'clock. So if you want to leave work, you might as well want to tell your boss now you don't feel good, you got a headache, or you don't really want to be there. But 2 o'clock today, it is USA against Iran. There was a Monday Night Football game that put the books, the 11th week of the NFL, in the books. Pittsburgh Steelers won 24-17, and they covered. Thank you, DraftKings. They beat the Colts. So Pittsburgh ended up beating them 24-17, had a big lead, held on, and got the victory on Monday Night Football. Tomlin is the head coach. He has a great record on Monday nights. He is 15-4. And the college football rankings come out tonight. This will be another change where Georgia, Michigan, TCU, USC will be there. Ohio State will be out of the mix first time. And then next week, you're going to see a big change because all the conference championships will be played. Georgia's in one, Michigan's in one, USC's in one, and TCU's in one. So will all four win? I don't know. TCU and USC both have tough games. USC against Utah, laying 3, and TCU against Kansas State, laying 4, but they beat them already, and that is hard to beat a team twice. And one team that's rooting for TCU and USC to lose is Alabama. So we know Saban's going to be lobbying all week to try to get them into the mix. It's rare when they're not in a playoff. I think only one time it's happened since 2016. But that's why they play the games. We'll see what happens this weekend. But I don't expect anything to change with Georgia. They are playing LSU. I believe it's 4 o'clock, and they're laying 17.5 as of this morning. And that is your last trifecta of the day. Peace. 877-927, excuse me, 877-927-6969. Give us a call. We were talking about tipping today. If you feel any pressure with these new apps that are out there or when they ask you.
I have somebody who texted about that at 47142. Started off with Real Radio, and they were like, I usually tip very well. When I go to certain restaurants, they autograph, which means they automatically give gratuity, my wife and I. So they're like, I'll never add to that amount, which is usually much lower. they understand getting that automatic gratuity for a 10 top, right? And I see that a lot for parties of 6 or more or 5 or more. They will do that, the automatic gratuity. But for 2 people, they're like, oh, well, their loss, which I do get. That is interesting for 2 people to do an automatic gratuity. But I think a lot of restaurants are doing that these days. And it used to be something that it was only larger parties.
Sure.
Yep. So they were saying like, they tip better if they weren't automatically
because
gratuity added.
Don't they typically do 18%?
Some places, yeah.
When it's like
The
when it's
ones that do.
automatic on there, and I know for a lot of us, it's 20.
Yeah, yep. So they get lower. A couple other things. I guess you mentioned Jay Leno, and we played some audio from him. They said that there's a video, I guess, that he also banged a police car last night too. There's a video of it. I got to look into it. Like
banged a police car.
I think like with his car. I don't know. I have to look at it. They said that Jay Leno banged a police car last night too. Video.
You want to get this? You want to
Jay's
get
kinky.
You want to get the sirens?
I mean, he loves cars.
All right, fair enough.
Right? You going to the wedding? They're like, who's Greek trying to kid? We all know he's taking Cinnamon to the wedding.
No way.
And then, Franny, I went to a wedding stag and ended up having sex with the groom's ex-girlfriend. Interesting that the groom's ex-girlfriend was invited to the wedding, but I guess they're still cool. Yeah. I had a girlfriend at the time, so I felt really guilty and never cheated on her again. A few years, I know that.
As long as you're repentant.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
A few years later.
Seems like he learned his lesson.
Right? A few years later, after we broke up, I found out my ex was having sex with her sister's boyfriend.
Oh, my God.
That bitch is how it ends. And then.
What a triangle.
Yes. And then we have talk about
a wedding.
riding on a train. You have to ride in the club car for the best experience. You meet the most interesting people, I guess, in the club car.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Is the club car in the back?
The club car. No, they said that. Well, they added. I think Greek might like it. And the caboose. I said at the end.
Duh. Of course. The first is right around the corner.
Oh, really?
Got to get your rent paid somehow.
Duh.
Come on, people. Step up. You know what it's all about.
Well, I got a question for both of you, and I've got a question for you out there as well, because I'd like to hear what you think. 877-927-6969. Jimmy at realradio921.com. We also got that text line that Franny's talking about there. 47142. Just start off that text with Real Radio. So a man went on TikTok and he claimed to have spent $3,200 of stuff at a Best Buy. As a matter of fact, here, I'm going to let him tell you the story.
So this is us carrying $3,200 in stuff out of Best Buy. No bag, because after we paid, we were told it's 11 cents for a bag. Okay, thanks, Best Buy.
So he posted that video, and of course, people have takes on both sides, right? Sure. So he spent $3,200, and they're smaller items. They're items about 1 foot. It's not like a big, huge TV or something like that is my point. And, like maybe, iPads, that type of thing. And they wouldn't give him a bag for it, saying that it cost 11 cents for the bag. And he feels that he just spent $3,200. You can give me the bag, or the opposite is where the other side might say, well, geez, you dropped $3,200 on, all these electronic equipment. You can spare another 11 cents for the plastic bag to carry it out to your car. Which do you think? Franny? Greek? What do you think?
Screw Best Buy. You don't give me a bag, I spent $3,200.
Best Buy, give me the bag.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's a hat trick instantly.
Best Buy,
I'd
give
be
me
pissed.
the bag. I just spent a bunch of money with you. That 11 cents is counting right now.
Yeah. Come on, you're not going to give me a bag? Don't charge me for pita either. But that is crazy. 11 cents a bag? That's what they wanted? So if you had 20 items, it was that?
At least in his... I've never heard of that.
Me either.
Are places charging for bags?
No, there's a place that does, and it's because they're more discounted than other grocery stores. Aldi. I don't know if you've ever been, but if you want a grocery cart, they're all chained together. You got to put a quarter in.
Yeah, but you get the quarter back.
You get the quarter back, but you got to get the quarter in to get a cart, and you put the quarter back. I have had people pay it forward where they leave the quarter in there, and so you don't have to put the quarter in. And then you have to pay, unless you bring your own bag, right? You have to pay for bags when you check out.
Oh, really? I didn't even know they had that option.
Yeah.
Because the Aldi that we've been to, they don't At least as far
Everyone
as I know.
I've been to has always had that.
They have it as an option?
Yeah.
Okay.
Paper, plastic, or of course they have the reusable bags if you want to pay extra, but a lot of people bring their own reusable bags.
Fair enough.
But yeah, ever since I've been to one over, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so now, different ones, they've always had it where you have to pay for your bags.
Now, do you typically do that or do you bring your own?
It depends on if I remember or not.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Or if you just
I
get
try
one
to bring
item
my
or two
own.
items, you don't need a bag.
I'll just carry it in my hands.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's terrible PR for a Best Buy, especially this time of year.
Yeah.
With Christmas and, Thanksgiving, maybe Black Friday. I mean, you're going to charge me 11 cents for a bag and I just spent $3,200?
Yeah.
That's a lot. And I'm sure that's not what their average person spends in that store. That's
yeah,
not
so
high.
I just looked this up. Starting this month, Best Buy, and this is from Best Buy Corporate, will begin with customers creating a more sustainable future together, one bag at a time.
Yeah,
so I
screw
guess
me.
this happened July 19th. Beginning July 19th, customers shopping in store will have the option to purchase a plastic bag for 10 cents or are encouraged to bring their own bags for future purchase or for purchases to help reduce plastic waste headed to the landfills.
Wow,
So this is something that launched on July 19th.
They've already upped it 10%.
Yeah, damn
Another 11
inflation.
cents.
Damn inflation.
It goes up to 15 cents by the holidays. I can't see that.
Yeah.
And that's got to be hard on the people who work there telling somebody that.
Yeah.
Because you just purchase. I don't care what you purchase.
Well, they say a portion of the fees goes towards supporting teens through programs
I
like
don't
the
believe
Best Buy Teen Tech Center.
Yeah, he doesn't care about that.
I know he doesn't.
Well,
This is
no,
Giving
you know,
Tuesday. Hello.
I can't say that because I feel the same way. If you spend that kind of, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
know that makes it sound
You
like,
should
well,
give me
you
a
know,
bag.
people with money get special privilege. It's not that it's people with money, but if you spend at least a decent amount of money, I mean, it's like anything. You spend over $50 in a lot of places online, they give you free shipping.
Yeah.
And otherwise, normally shipping is what, $8, $9 for something that only costs maybe $1. So they're making money on the shipping as well if it's under 50.
And I understand. I think it's ridiculous, but I guess they can do whatever the heck they want to do.
Yeah.
And if this is something that's been established since July and they probably have signs everywhere too, then, I mean, it sucks. Don't get me wrong. I think it's ridiculous, but you got to pay by the rules.
I was
Play by the rules.
Understandable.
And pay.
Understandable.
Yeah.
I was
get
just
it.
in a Best Buy about a month ago, maybe less. I bought some earbuds. And
Buds.
with the wires.
Whatever.
Bugs in your ears?
Yeah.
Earbuds?
Yeah, earbuds.
Some earbuds.
Earbugs sounds
Yeah.
terrible.
No wonder the guy didn't know what aisle they were.
Well,
I go,
yeah.
where are the earbuds?
All your emails and texts said
147?
earbugs, and I'm like, what is this earbug thing he keeps on talking about?
Yeah, he don't care.
I didn't see any signs.
Yeah.
Like if they said to me it was 11 cents and I just spent $24, I would have said, screw, I'm out. I really would have been
I
offended.
know, but you just bought Airbud. I mean, now I'm going to call him Butt. Airbud is a movie
Airbuds.
with the golden retriever. Airbud is that basketball playing golden retriever.
Oh.
Now you got me the AirPods, or what you call them, earbuds.
Yeah.
But yeah, just that you would have complained if you walked out with that. And they wouldn't give you a plastic bag.
I don't understand why you're charging me. I'm a customer. I'm paying money. You're going to charge me 11 cents for a bag?
But if it's
then
something
close
that
up
they,
business.
but it's a small package.
Carry it.
Yeah.
You're used to carrying a small package. that just see this? It rolls right off the fingertips. Just like the dude that got the 10 grand for the half-court shot.
There you go.
I don't know. If I was the CEO of Best Buy, I would not want that out there at this time.
But
at any
what
time.
they're saying, they're trying to help the environment. So if you're that person that was like, screw the environment and plastic bags, then you kind of look like a jerk too.
But don't flip it on me because you're cheap and you want to have a nice thing, and then you're saying like, "Oh God, we're helping the environment." You wanna
They
help the
said they're
environment.
trying to curb the use of disposable plastics, and it could really be something that they're trying to do. So if you don't care about the environment,
And the only thing I will say is, in all fairness, now I saw the video. I know you guys didn't, but the items that they were carrying were small items that you could carry in your hands.
Yeah.
You know, so
But 3,200
they were
was
like
a lot.
they were like laptops and stuff,
Yeah,
right? Like that's
yeah.
what it looked like.
Yeah, but that's a lot. 3,200.
Yeah, but they were just little. They were carrying it. They were fine. It wasn't like they had stacks and stacks of boxes.
Yeah, that's the other side of it. I mean, if it was if it was something of bigger size,
Yeah.
it really needed a bag or a whole bunch of items,
Small things,
that
yeah.
you couldn't carry all in one, and you needed a bag for it. And I don't know. I think over a certain dollar amount, I think you can waive that 11 cents.
That's what it looked
I
like.
get that side of it, but
It looked like they were both carrying like a tablet or a laptop each. There was two of them.
Wasn't that much? You know, the inconvenience
Mm-hmm.
as far as carrying.
You guys got a play on this? Call us 877-927-6969. Do you think Best Buy is being a little scumbag-ish? I think so for 11 cents. But hey, I mean, that's what they're doing, and it's out there. And they want to help the environment. Let's not forget that. If that's really where it goes, that's great.
Well, Toot says it's like asking if you want a to-go box for your leftovers and then charging you $1 for it. I mean, $1's a lot of money, but yeah, I defer to Go Box.
Yeah.
But I get where you're coming from.
We got somebody on the line for you, Greek.
How dare you?
It's like when you go to a bank and you get money and they always say, do you want an envelope? You know, imagine if they said, we're going to charge you for the envelope.
Then I'll be like, I'm good. I'll just put it in my bag. I'll put it in my purse. No envelopes necessary. Thank you.
Yeah, I never take an envelope. I think it's bad luck. I just take the cash, put it in my pocket. But again, I mean, they're different things, but all these little things add up to these companies making millions and millions of dollars.
I understand, and I get what you're coming from. And yes, it is kind of ridiculous, but it's like restaurants not offering plastic straws. It's like the things they can do whatever they want to do. It's their business.
Of course. No, of course it is.
So,
I mean, it's just
no
an
point
opinion.
in
We'll
fighting
take
it.
our business somewhere else,
Nope.
right, Greek?
Yeah.
Just order I was gonna say just order online from Best Buy. You don't need a bag then.
So then
it
they
comes
got
straight to your house.
all kind of plastic
Exactly.
wrapping and emissions from the truck
Yes.
delivering it to your house.
Yeah,
That's great for the environment.
You show them.
Here comes Greta.
This is a required monthly test of the emergency alert system. Had this been an actual emergency or dangerous situation, official messages and directions would have followed the alert tones. This test is brought to you by the Florida Division of Emergency Management, the Florida Association of Broadcasters, and your local broadcast station or cable provider. This concludes the required monthly test.
This we wanted bread. And it was the first time ever I saw this, and she said, there's a charge for bread.
I've seen that happening.
I've never heard. I have seen that. Okay. I had to think for a second, but yeah, I have seen that. Okay. Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah, there's some places. I know places I used to go to, Mexican style restaurants that would give you chips and salsa on the house, and now they charge you. They're starting to charge every single thing, but you have to also think that things are more expensive for them too.
Do I?
Oh my God.
I'm just saying.
Well, but they're charging more for their food.
Yeah,
I mean, they make
are.
up for
Well, and that's what they're doing, and that's how they're making up for their cost. Is
Yeah.
to charge for bread and to charge for chips and salsa and stuff like that.
I just found it odd. Like I said, it was a high-end place, and the girl was like, I just want to let you know there is a charge if you want bread. If you don't, it's fine. And again, you're just used to, whatever bread they give you. Here it is. They throw it at you, whatever. And it's not the Last Supper. What the hell you give me? Jimmy, great job as always.
Threw it at me. Hit me in the head. Hit me with the bread.
I want the bread.
Just throw it at you. That kind of customer service, I'm not coming back. This was a high-end joint. What's wrong with you people?
I can't believe you're charging me for bread.
I'm talking to you.
I'm not going to say the
Hey,
name.
your home state on a text line, they said New Jersey, they went to go visit family, and they said that the whole state has gone bagless, even supermarkets. So,
I believe it. Yeah.
So I left. Jimmy, great job as always. Thank you for your help with the contest every single day. Everything you do with the blog, behind the scenes, and all the effort you bring every day in front of the microphone. Thank you, my friend.
Well, thank you, Greek. Thank you, Franny. And thank you for listening.
Franny, great job as always. You're my inspiration in life. You bring it every day. Without you, there's no me. I can't thank you enough. Great job on the blog, text line. I bow to you.
Finally read it right.
just gets more over the top every single day.
Yeah.
I don't even know what to say after he's done, to be honest with you.
Peace out.
Yeah. Bye.
It's tough to read. I'm not good with scripts.
Thank you. No, of course. Thank you, G-Man. And thank you, Jimmy, for everything. And thank you for tuning in. You got any parting words? Is that, there we go.
There's your parting words.
The parting words is a man who goes to Best Buy with his own bag is in better shape than a man who spends $3,200 and Best Buy won't give him a bag. Best Buy, I am surprised by you and appalled. You may see me never again. We'll be back. We'll be back. It's Giving Tuesday. Give somebody something. I got somebody.
Unless you endorse with him, then you'll see him.
Yeah. That would be great.
Hey, it's Greek for Best Buy. I gotta tell you, you want a great buy? It's Best Buy.
Oh, boy.
Cash is king, bitches. See you tomorrow. Peace.
Greek, baby, it's me, Barbara.
This is Real Radio 92.1, an iHeart radio station. Available everywhere on our free free iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Collins with CBS 12 News. Plenty of sunshine through this afternoon with temperatures staying in the upper 70s and lower 80s for afternoon highs. An east breeze at 10